Hello, Jay. Welcome in. We're just getting things started. Stream will be. Hey, I'll be back in a minute. I'll be here. I'm here. What's up? The fuck? Goodbye. Hi. Okay, we're about to hit an ad on Twitch, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm here. Hello, everybody that's coming in. Welcome in. We're just getting started. I'm just getting started. We're gonna be doing some ChronoStory today, unless we get people in to do other stuff with, which is possible, but not super likely. It is 1 o'clock on a Tuesday. Who knows? I never knows. I have other games I've been meaning to play as well. We'll do those eventually. We got games to play. I gotta continue with Balatro a bit, but I don't really want to play that. We got Colt Canyon to try out. We got a few Gamba games I want to try. We got this Fly Night game someday. Graveyard Keeper. I gotta finish fucking Silk Song at some point. Let's see, I'm gonna uninstall that. I don't need that. Slay the Spire 2, more of that. And that's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it's gonna be. But for today, it's ChronoStory, I believe, unless things change, which they could. Not super likely, because the main person I'd be playing other games with is currently streaming, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think with the lack of chatter in the chat and this loud music that I need to turn down a bit, we might as well get started. I know this is like a niche game, MapleStory. I don't plan on making this my niche at all. I play it a lot because it's my favorite, but like I'll get burnt out on it. So it's not my niche. I'm not niching on MapleStory specifically. I might stream it a lot, but that doesn't mean this is what it's always gonna be. It doesn't mean it's what it's always gonna be. It's not gonna be this all the time. Always only this. No. That's too much of this game. That's the main thing I want to avoid. Niching down into a specific. What? So small. So small. But I also don't want to be afraid to be like, yeah, I'm in the mood to play this game. I'm gonna play it. Oh, I know why it's small. I know why it's small. Right click. Filters, crop pad, 0, 0. Fixed. Kind of. It's still too big over here on this short side. That's fine. I'll fix it for you guys, though. I do want to finish Silk Song sometime soonish, maybe. Mostly because, like, they're going to have the DLC soon, so I'd like to have that done. But we'll see what happens. We'll get into it when I get into it, right? We got we're level 116. The goal today is 118. I have to change channels. It's fine. 118 is the goal. I'll go here first. And we're gonna get there today. The main goal for the character is 125 before 4th job drops. It's likely they'll drop the test server before we get there. Very likely we'll get there, and that's fine. That's fine. I have other characters I could train up, or I could play other games. Either way is fine, right? Like, you know, I don't need to play the same game every day forever, right? You get a decent following that way, but I don't want to be the guy who only plays MapleStory. I don't want to end up being like Dino Fries, where if I'm not playing MapleStory, none of my viewers show up. I'd like to avoid that, but you know what? That's fine. So if you're here just for the MapleStory stuff, I'm happy about that. Thank you for coming in for the MapleStory stuff. But if you're here for me or for other games, because I play lots of games, then great. Lately, I've only been playing the one game, really, though. So by me saying I play lots of games, that's kind of incorrect. Kind of. A bit wrong. A bit wrong and also lame. And also stupid. My inventory is already kind of full. Let's see, what do I want to get rid of? I don't have that on this account. I don't have a wow, that's a really good red Duke. Man, that's a really good red Duke. If we had one more character slot, I'd put a pirate on this account because that's a really good red Duke. Like, holy shit. That's a very, very good one. 9-1. No. My 9-5 is better than you by a lot. So nope. Full ability. Okay, everything else is garbage. Well, everything is garbage because I don't have a pirate. Let's sell it all. Bam. Let's see. Hey, Glamrock. Not much. I'm cool. That's wrong. That's incorrect. Incorrect. I'm the opposite of cool. I'm lame. Though my VTuber looks cool, but that doesn't make me any less lame. Okay, we're gonna change channel. Oh, we already changed channel, so maybe this one will be free. It's not. We changed channel again. Of course. How could I be so foolish as to think there would be a free channel? All right. How could I be so foolish and stupid and lame? Mostly just lame. Ah, there we go. Free channel. All is right in the world. Everything has been fixed. No, down. I want to go down. The goal, I know I've already said this today, but I'm going to say it again because no one in chat. The goal for today, we want to get to 118, 119. I realize I'm already at like 80%. So 118 to 119, somewhere in there. Okay? And the overall goal for the character is to get to 125 before 4th job comes out, and then I can stop playing this fucking character until 4th job comes out. I have no reason to play this character until 4th job comes out once it's 125. Because using this attack skill forever is gonna make me want a Korean MapleStory. Okay. Thank you for the sub, Glamrock. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This is kind of a chatting stream, by the way. Whenever I play MapleStory, it's basically a just chatting stream. It might as well be. That's just kind of how it turns out, right? That's just kind of how it turns out. MapleStory streams are just chatting streams. Sometimes we talk about MapleStory stuff only. Sometimes we talk about which cars you want to fuck. That was last time. Sometimes I just sit here in sweet silence and break the silence sometimes by either booping and bopping to the music, whistling, or saying the same comment like an NPC. Because I'm an NPC. Surprised not getting very many people in. I'm guessing not many people want to watch a Crusader. I didn't really advertise I'm playing a Crusader, but I mean, hey, is what it is. A lot of the time we get some people in from the ChronoStory side. Today seems like not. Seems like not. Probably if it was later in the day we would, but who knows? Maybe we'll get some people in today. But regardless of what happens, I'm going to enjoy myself today playing a game. I don't know what I want to play though. This isn't really what I want to play. But I don't really like. It's not like I'm not. It's not like I'm like burned out on it, right? I'm not like, man, I don't want to play this. But it's like it's not really what I want to play. But I don't really feel like anything that I'd want to play right now. I'm in like one of those moods where I'd rather just be vegging out, like, essentially in front of the television, I guess. If there was a way for me to watch shorts on stream, just unfiltered, raw, and do that kind of thing, I would. If I could do that without feeling like I'm stealing content, because that would be me stealing content, I would. But there isn't. As far as I'm aware, there is not a way to really do that. So we're gonna play games, and it's not. There's other games I could. Now, my wife has the save file. I could have had her start up the Grounded, for example. We have this save file on Grounded that we've been working on, and we haven't played for a couple weeks. I could have booted up Grounded 2. Would I get even less viewers playing Grounded 2? Yeah. For sure. Absolutely would have gotten less views playing Grounded 2. And there's already not very many viewers. But I could have done that. I could have played Old School RuneScape. Does that get more views? No. Old School RuneScape is super saturated. What else could I have done? I could have played Balatro, but Balatro, I would have wanted the Korean Maple Story. Elder Scrolls Online, but I'm waiting for next month. The next month they have their big update. Their next big update. So it's not like a huge update, but it's like they're adding something that I want. I know it's not really gonna hold my attention too long, just because of how they design certain things. Big old eye roll is what it is. Do, 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 do. Boo, boo, boo. Boo. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Boo, Maybe we'll take a break in the middle to make a short. Like not a break from the stream, a break from Maple Story to do a short. That could be fun. Maybe we'll take a break in the middle to make a Maple Story short. Not a Maple, a regular short. Not Maple Story, just a regular funny short for my channel. Every time I made a short on stream, that short doesn't do well. I don't know why. Maybe my brain juices just stop flowing whenever I try to make shorts on stream. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe I just become dumb. Do I just lose like 40 IQ when I stream? Is that the reason? Do I just get dumber? I think that might be maybe I just get stupid. Streaming makes me dumber. And by proxy, watching me stream probably makes you dumber too. Have you ever thought, gee whiz, I want to be the dumbest man alive. Try streaming. Golly gee, what would it be like if I was really dumb? Become a streamer. Asterisk, become a VTuber. Because VTubers, if you're a VTuber, you immediately lose respect for yourself, right? I think the lack of brain cells really just comes from talking to yourself, right? A lot of the time I get a lot of viewers in the chat, but also equal amounts of time I get like none. Sometimes the streams start out really slow and then end up really, really like packed, like well packed. And then sometimes they'll start out well packed and then end like not. And then sometimes they'll just be packed the whole time, and sometimes they'll just be empty the whole time, and that can happen. And in the cases where they're empty the whole time, it's like you become crazy, right? Because it's like I have the chat here in the bottom left. You can't see it on screen right now because the chat it fades the chat out over time, right? It fades the chat out over time. But I see the chat over here. Only like 3 people have chatted today. That's fine. It's fine. But it's like the only words I have to work with is basically hi and hello. So I'm over here just like fucking with my thumb up my ass trying to figure out conversational beats. And people hate it when you talk about the technological side of streaming or the streaming side of streaming. People don't like it when you talk about that. No. Can't have that. The streamer can't be meta. That would be too extreme. I'll be meta though. I like being meta. But yeah, no. We're gonna kill sharks until we get to 118 at least. Maybe 119 because the stream started out on a already at high EXP essentially. So maybe we'll get to 119 day. Maybe we'll get to 120. I doubt it. I don't think unless we had like a good turnaround and we had a lot of people in chat just chatting, we might be able to make it to 120 today. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be the 118, 119. And then maybe we'll switch characters. Maybe we'll end stream at that point. Who knows? Depending on the turnout. If the turnout is really low, right? Which can happen. Might end early. And do other things. Trying my ding-dangdest over here. But maybe we'll get to like 118, and if the stream is slow enough, we'll take a break in from the game to make a short. That could be fun. I have a few things queued and ready to make shorts into. I have a funny moment from yesterday, but I also have some funny moments from days ago to do as well. I can't remember what they are. Last time I looked at them on my notes, I was like, that sounds kind of dumb, but I'd have to re-look at the moments. I forget if they were actually really funny or if they were like, yeah, that's funny enough to make into a short, I guess. Depending. I know the one from the other day was, yeah, that's funny enough to make into a short. It's pretty good. But like, not the funniest thing ever. We've had funnier moments that I've wanted to clip. We've had funnier moments that I've wanted to clip. I'm sure there's a lot of moments that I've missed throughout the streams, too, that would be really good clippable moments. I'm sure. There's also clippable moments that I don't want to clip just because they weren't really, not very good. Like, in terms of, I don't really want to put that content out forever. I'd like it to stay dead in the archives. You know? Stuff that was said either by me or other people that might have been funny at the time, but is like, it's not fantastic. Which can happen. And is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I like this enemy. I like a lot of the enemy designs in MapleStory. This like old school MapleStory. New school MapleStory just ends up being kind of weird, but like not in the quirky way old school used to be. Like they decided to give sharks as an enemy in old school MapleStory, but like they're just fat dudes walking around and they don't even bite you. They launch their teeth at you and then grow a new pair of teeth, new set of teeth. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. I like it. It's quirky. No one ever pays attention to the animations in this game, other than the animations you do when you make an attack skill. Hey, Moose. It's lore accurate to real sharks, yeah, because they have unlimited teeth, essentially. For sure, Moose, you're right. You're right. They're referencing real life. Goodness. How you doing? How you doing, Moose? How goes it today, my friend, on this nice Tuesday afternoon, depending on where in the world you are? How's the wife? How's the kids? That I know you have, apparently, I think. I know you have kid. I don't know if you're married. New day, new character. I was thinking about making an assassin, actually. I was thinking about making an assassin at some point. I feel like I need to get this guy to 125 so I can get it off my mind before I make a new character. And I do like Bandit a lot, but I really like how the 4th job assassin looks like. Trying out an outlaw. Outlaw looks rad as fuck, but I'm waiting to even think about making a pirate for when they do the 4th job showcase for outlaw, which will probably be this coming Sunday. I would also imagine if they're gonna show it off on Sunday, they might even release the playtest server like early next week, possibly. If we're lucky, we'll get the playtest server early next week to start actually testing this stuff. I'll probably pop into the game once and test a couple character classes if it lets you make a character from scratch. Last time I think you could only like use characters that you already had. So like as long as I get my Crusader to 120 at least before then, that's great. Hopefully they worked out that kink so you can try whatever. Otherwise I'll be just testing out the warriors and the 2 warriors I have and bowmen. But I'd love to try out like the thieves and the mages, and I'd like to try it all out, actually. It'll give me a feel of which class I think would be the most fun to play in 4th job, because it's hard to really judge how it feels to play until you actually do it. The outlaw in Artale was really fun, so I'm sure the outlaw here, which just has an even better animation, is super fun. Especially after 3rd job, because you get a nice dash thing. It was pretty good. I'm not entirely sure where the best places to train an outlaw is, though. You never played a pirate and you're curious about it. I love outlaw in the 3rd job, but the moment you get into 4th job, outlaw, I completely lose interest in outlaw, at least in old school. And I'm sure Boat is gonna focus on it because it's like the class favorite, right? The thing that every outlaw loves from old school is you get to ride a pirate ship, and that's your new attack button thingy. And the thing is, I don't like that skill. I like modern outlaw what is it? Corsair. Hey, Zach, what's up, my man? How you doing? We're playing some ChronoStory. We're talking about Outlaw. We're talking about pirates and what classes we'd want to play if we made new classes. For me, I don't want to judge a class I want to play until we see 4th job for all of them, right? So like, I'm already playing the warriors. I'm already playing a bowman. I have a ice lightning mage, and I'm not jiving with all the changes they did to ice lightning mage. I'm not jiving with their single target skill all that much. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Norman, I'm doing fine. The normal. Ooh, my dog annoyed me earlier today. But other than that, everything's good. Look, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell y'all's in the chat a fact that I'm not gonna tell my wife. I don't like dogs. She knows I don't like dogs. We got a dog. She wanted a dog. I was okay with it. It's fine. After owning a dog, I don't want to own a dog. She's hurt me on more than one occasion. I know it's a puppy. It's fine. But I feel like I've become kind of an asshole because of the dog. You know what I mean? Oh my god, the way that I read your first sentence, Zach, is that sounded like you were cranking it right now, and I was like, thank you for sharing, but that's not what you were saying. You're BOTF. What is BOTF? You literally made him last night. You got him 48, you think? BOTF. You own 2 dogs and you love them before kids. After kids, you can't stand them anymore. Okay. I feel like I love our cats to death, right? Our cats are great. I'm more like a cat person than a dog person, right? I can't look if my wife and I had a kid, we're trying to have kids. My wife has a medical condition and I have a medical condition. Combined, it's gonna be hell on earth to have kids. We're gonna have to like fuck like rabbits to conceive. It's gonna be ridiculous. But we're slowly trying to have kids. It might not happen. We're hopeful that we will. Otherwise, we're gonna adopt. If my wife turns 40, we don't have kids yet. We're gonna adopt. But if we have a kid, we can't have that dog. Like that dog, we cannot have kids and that dog. Yeah, I have a lower sperm count. My wife has I forget what it's called. It's like I forget. It's something. It's like cysts on the ovaries or something weird. I forget. You know, it's possible we can have kids. It's just gonna be she has a lower chance to conceive. I have a lower chance to help her conceive, and then she has a higher chance of miscarriage in the first trimester. So it's not great, but it's possible. So we're gonna try. Blessing of the I'm stupid. I should have known. The passive for the yeah. Blessing of the fairy. I don't have a good blessing of the fairy on this account. I have a good blessing of the fairy on my other account. If I was on any other character with this one, too much information. Oh no, there are natural ways. She has a medication to take for that, but she can't smoke with it. If she smokes with it, she could have a stroke. So she's trying to quit smoking. TMI. Yeah, it's fine. We're both married men. Both married men. Totally fine. Perfectly natural. I'm not going into like gruesome detail of what my genitalia looks like or anything like that. But for sure. Right. It's weird. It's weird being married and trying for kids after a long time of trying to not have kids. You know. But, you know. perfectly fine. It just means we're in a good spot in life where we can even consider it, right? And that's a good thing. That's a blessing. You're blessed to be in that kind of situation. Currently, we're blessed to be in that kind of situation. So it's all good. I hope everyone can eventually be in a situation where they can even consider having kids, like from a financial standpoint, right? There's a lot of people who do it regardless, whether by accident or on purpose, and people can do what they want to do, right? But it's nice to be in a situation where you could actually consider trying, right? And or succeeding. But yeah, if we had kids, we wouldn't be able to keep that dog. No way. That dog would accidentally kill a baby. Like I am not exaggerating. She would get too excited and maim, if not kill, a child. She's big, doesn't know that she's big, and there's just no way. There's just no way. There's no way. So we'd have to rehome her. She could do well in a family with an older child. But essentially, the only way that any child would be able to see this dog is, like, if we had a kid. Like, if we had a kid right now that was going to come out in 9 months, that kid wouldn't be able to even interact with the dog until they turn, like, 8, when the dog is a senior dog. And maybe not even alive anymore, because she'd be, like, 8. You know what I mean? 9. Whatever it is. So we'd have to rehome her, and that's we know that's on the plate if it happens. So if it happens, it happens. We'll have to do it. It's too bad because she's already attached to us. We got a relative. We got her around Christmas time. Early January, and she's a pain. I don't like dogs still. I was hoping that having a dog would change my mind. I feel like I'd be good with a dog that is half the size of this dog. You know what I mean? Half the size. And she has a good temperament, usually. She doesn't bark, really. She's okay. But oh well. Regardless. Characters in MapleStory. I want to see the rest of the. I want to see what Pirate does first before I decide if I want to make one. If I make more characters, I have to make I have to get a third account. I have a third account on MapleStory Worlds. I had 3 accounts on Artale, so I have another account that I can use. Perfectly fine. Do I want to make a third account? Not particularly, but if I want to play, if I get the urge that I really want to play a pirate, right? That's what I'm gonna do. Like I like Corsair until 4th job, but that depends on what they do with their 4th job. As a swim pool service technician, you're not a dog guy either, as you can imagine. My wife is a mail delivery person, and it's made her less of a dog person, and she became a mail delivery person after we got the dog. Fun fact about mail delivery people: if they get bitten by a dog, that dog is put down. Just full stop. So she has become kind of like hyper wary about dogs. Obviously, it doesn't happen to your own dog, right? Obviously, if it's your own dog and it like nips you, it's fine. But if you're a male person and they bite you, that dog is put down, regardless. So like, she has to be like hyper wary of dogs. Asking your postman to carry treats in his pocket. You really dislike your dogs. Holy shit. That's the United States, by the way. If you're in the United States, I assume Moose is. Everyone just thinks they can get a dog to replace security cameras. No, you cannot. You'll end up getting sued. Yeah. I don't think postmen can sue someone for dog bites. But the policy for dog bites is if a postman is bitten by a dog, the dog is put down. I only learned that because my wife is a postman, right? So it's like, I wouldn't have known that normally. So now my wife, I feel like she's gotten to the point where she doesn't like dogs as much because of it, right? Especially dealing with dogs on a daily basis as a postman. She's been chased by a dog already. She's only been a postman for like 4 months. Definitely a dog that should have been put down. We're guessing the dog got off its leash and was just roaming around a neighborhood where she was delivering. Now, it wasn't like full on chased by a dog. Obviously postmen are trained not to run, right? You're not supposed to run. You stand your ground because that'll make them chase, and you put your mailbag in front of you. So if they attack something, they attack the mailbag, right? If they bite the mailbag, they're also put down, by the way, because that makes them a hazard. But it is to protect the mailman. She hasn't gotten to the point where that's happened, but I've heard stories from her that other postmen had to deal with dogs that bit them or the thing, and they had stitches and all that shit. It's scary. So yeah, no, you're 100% right, Zach. The dogs should not replace security cameras. That is dangerous thinking. If you want a dog, like an attack dog for some reason, you want a retired police dog. They're very, very well trained. You do not want a non-police dog to be trained to be an attack dog because they're not going to be trained in the same way, right? It needs to be a police dog, a SWAT dog, something of that nature. A dog that is trained to only bite on command and never attack based on its own volition. Like it needs a specific word that its owner needs to say to get the dog to have that kind of reaction to anyone, you know? And that's what police dogs are trained with, like very, very highly. Like they don't allow dogs to go out of the academy as police dogs if they're too nice and if they're too mean. So they have to there's like a happy medium there. So like 100% agree with you, Zach. If you want a security dog that's a police dog, get a police dog, and then it can't be like a security camera, right? That's not how that works. You have to be there with it. It's essentially carrying around a weapon in a way, right? Anyway, regardless, I want to play a pirate class though. I don't know how Marauder is. I'm not a big fan of like the Super Saiyan-esque stuff from Marauder. I kind of prefer modern Marauders stuff more than old school Marauders stuff, right? Buccaneers stuff. Modern Buccaneer over old school Buccaneer. Like one of my favorite skills in all of MapleStory is a modern skill. Lord of the Deep is fucking super, super, super rad. Right? Lord of the Deep is so cool. Funnily enough, I think Lord of the Deep should go, like a version of Lord of the Deep should go to, this is funny. In my opinion, it should go to, Bishop. If you don't know what Lord of the Deep is, it's a skill that you trigger. It's a 5th job skill that Buccaneers get, where you activate it and it puts like a little like serpent, like this blue ethereal serpent is gonna swim around you over and over again, and monsters that come in contact with it take damage. So all you really need to do as a Buccaneer is jump around the map, because every class has a double jump in modern MapleStory, like flash jump. Everyone has flash jump, and it has like a cooldown based on it, but like but the cooldown refreshes based on how many monsters you kill. So in a training situation like this, you never have to re-up it. You're just going around killing stuff. I feel like Lord of the Deep in that kind of design aesthetic would be really cool on a bishop. Just design it around holy damage instead. Get rid of their big AoE attack. And then, like, make it trail behind you. So if you teleport, it moves through all the enemies that you went through. So like an after image, right? Make it like an after image. It's the same essential skill, but instead of being directly around you, it like follows where you went, including if you teleported. That way you could just teleport around the map and do stuff, and then Big Bang, and then make Big Bang just a better skill. I don't know. I just feel like that'd be cooler for Bishop than like. But Buccaneer would be really cool on Buccaneer. I love Lord of the Deep, obviously. It wouldn't be great on old school Buccaneer. Buccaneer doesn't really have. Does Buccaneer have a mobility skill? Other than like the 2-tap to walk faster thing that all pirates get, does Buccaneer get a mobility skill? I know that Gunslinger does. Outlaw gets it. It's like that backward shot that like sends you flying backwards. So if you do like a jump and then that, you jump, turn around, then you do the thing, you get like flung, kind of like flash jump. I got used to doing it in R-Tail. I'm sure I could do it here. You don't need mobility when you're on a boat. I mean, for sure. But I'm talking about Buccaneer. Buccaneer is the punchy guy. Corsair is the gunslinger. I'm wondering if Buccaneer has a mobility skill. I don't think it does it? Which is funny because once you have the boat skill, you stop using your mobility skill, which is one of the reasons why I don't like that skill. I know I'm in the minority there. I don't think they're gonna change that. They're gonna give us the boat skill, right? That's why I'm waiting to even think about making a Corsair, because I feel like I'd rather play. But like, I don't really like the Super Saiyan aspect either. I love Corsair in Tell Fourth Job, because then your whole life is haha boat. And I don't really like old school Buck. But if they gave it Lord of the Deep, if they gave Buccaneer Lord of the Deep, yeah, I'd play it. That'd probably be my new main. If they gave Buccaneer Lord of the Deep, that's my new main until Iran comes out. Absolutely. That's what's happening. I don't think they will. Hello, Orange Cat. Why are we here talking about your dick? Why would you do that? Like, there's other skills in the game that I like a lot. They gave maybe asking for Lord of the Deep is too much, right? Maybe asking for Lord of the Deep is too much. Would that be too much to ask for? Would people rather see the Super Saiyan type stuff? Because right now, isn't the Super Saiyan thing in Marauder like just a transformation skill? It doesn't really do anything. It's like a, what's the word? Just like a visual. Is gigantic? Mine too. You want to touch tips? I'm just kidding. I'm married to a woman and I'm not attracted to men. Unless you pay enough. Anyone know how Marauder is in ChronoStory? Isn't their transformation skill just a transformation that doesn't really do anything? And then they have a skill that lets you shoot a laser beam, I think. So they could add Lord of the Deep to the transformation. When you're transformed, you get Lord of the Deep, but it causes the transformation to have a cooldown that or like a time. Killing monsters increases the timer, and then there's a cooldown. Make the Kamehameha insanely cracked. I mean, yeah, for sure. They could make the Kamehameha really cracked, or they could give us Lord of the Deep. They're not going to give us Lord of the Deep. They're just going to make the beam sick as hell. You're right. You're exactly right, Zach. They're going to make the beam ridiculous. That's all it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. Like mega hyper beam. The only way they're giving us Lord of the Deep is if they say, hey, guess what? We're not giving the hyper beam skill to Buccaneer, because later we're gonna add in Cannoneer, and the beam skill is gonna be a Cannoneer skill instead. That's the only way that would happen. I feel like people would be upset about that, but I think that would be the way that they could do a customized Cannoneer type thing without having the Cannoneer be really broken, since Cannoneer came out way later. I feel like every base job class should have 3 branches. 3 branches, right? Thief needs another one, Ranger needs another one, and Pirate needs another one. Obviously, Warrior and Mage already have 3, but we need 3 more. Which I mean, that would mean Pathfinder, Dual Blade, and Cannoneer, right? But there's no way in hell we're gonna get Pathfinder, because Pathfinder is really modern. They didn't add the 3rd class to Ranger until like a couple years ago. You like that? Lord of the Deep, and then do some crap they're doing with full FMAs and Shadow Star. Lower cooldown per any heal. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. You give them Lord of the Deep. You get it when you transform. When you use your transformation. So you still get your Super Saiyan transformation. And mobs that you kill refresh the duration. Like add to the duration. Doesn't mean refresh, but you add to it, right? And then they give Cannoneer the beam skill because when Cannoneer came out, it was still pretty modern. I think it came out around the Red update, if I remember correctly. It wasn't early Big Bang. It was later Big Bang, but before like what I would consider to be modern. Still kind of old school, but also too new for ChronoStory animations wise. I think I know there's some newer animations in here. They gave us the Red update animation for Spearman. But I feel like the Red Update's Spearman skill, as long as it's balanced right, doesn't look as modern as people are saying it looks. I think it looks fine. It's fine. It's the coolest. It's the coolest Spearman skill. It's cooler than any Spearman skill they got even in modern now. In fact, the newer ones kind of suck in comparison. I think it's fine. Heaven's Hammer doesn't look modern at all. It looks like Heaven's Hammer. Heaven's Hammer's always looked like that. It looks good. It looks fine. You know, but like, I feel like Lord of the Deep would be great for Buccaneer. I feel like people would be kind of upset if they released it without telling people, hey, I know people want the beam skill, but we're giving the beam skill just so people know we're going to be giving the beam skill to Cannoneer when we go out with it. Aerostream, hello. I know Aerostream Aerostream isn't modern anymore. It is more modern for sure. That is a good one. You're right, Zach. Aerostream is pretty modern. Absolutely. But by modern, I mean humongous. By modern, I mean like every attack essentially hits the whole map, right? And that's just kind of how Cannoneer was designed. You attack really slow, but everything is ridiculously humongous, and I feel like that doesn't really fit ChronoStory. Whoever that was, thank you for the follow. I stream regularly. The stream is we're lurker friendly, so it's not gonna tell me who followed, but whoever it was, thank you. Could have been Zach, could have been someone else. I think I've seen Zach here before, so I don't know. But thank you. If you want to make yourself known, whoever followed, just let me know in chat, and I'll thank you specifically. But I don't want to alienate you if you don't want to be shouted out. But yeah, no, Aerostream is modern, yeah, for sure. But by modern, I meant more like just giant. Oh, Vodin's, Vodiniz. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. You hear from the ChronoStory side, or you hear from Twitch looking for people playing ChronoStory in English? You hear from the Discord? I don't know. Welcome in. We're talking class changes. The reason why I haven't made a pirate yet, even though I want to play a pirate, and what I would love to see what they do. Found through Discord. Excellent. I always post over the Discord whenever I stream. So welcome in. Thank you for coming. But we're talking about how I think Lord of the Deep should be the main skill that we get as Buccaneers. I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't even think they're gonna think of it. I think they're just gonna think, hey, everyone wants the beam skill. Let's make the beam skill, and keep it simple. Stupid is perfectly fine. But I feel like if they save the beam skill for later on, you're looking for a few minutes before. Hell yeah, I appreciate lurkers as well. We're having a good Lord of the Deep conversation, a deep conversation about Lord of the... Anyway. But yeah, Lord of the Deep would be a great skill for Buccaneer, but they're probably gonna go the beam skill, right? Keep it simple, stupid, do the thing everyone wants and expects. Of course, people didn't expect them to make Hurricane into a turret. So, what are your take on the Night Lord changes? They happen to be less popular. It looks really cool, and it makes me want to play one. My problem with it is just the kind of weirdness. So there's two problems that I can see with it. One that was told to me by NL mains. You're a CB main? Eating good? I mean, of course. Cock and ball mains are always eating. What's CB again? I'm so bad with abbreviations. Lord of the Deep is a modern skill. Lord of the Deep was a skill in 5th job added to Buccaneer. Buccaneer is the punching class. It starts out as Brawler, not the gun class. It came out when 5th job came out, and they eventually incorporated it into 4th job. I believe it might still be a 5th job skill, but I think they eventually incorporated it into Chief Bandit. Duh. Thank you. I'm so stupid. I have a bandit. I forgot that. Okay. Is ammo still bug where it sells projectiles? I don't know. I haven't played my bowman or anything like that. I also don't interact with the auto sell function. Anyway, god damn it. Cock and ball, damn it. That's a good one. glad you like it. It'll be your new stream. Hell yeah, I'll have to follow you, man. If you stream, I'll have to follow you. I tend to forget people stream. As long as you don't sell thieves white gear, projectiles aren't bugging anymore. Good. So don't sell thief white gear. Got it. Or bullets. So same thing. Pirate white gear as well. Might get banned for that one. I mean, you could. Here's the way that you could do it. I'll go on to what Lord of the Deep is in just a moment. The one thing that you could do without getting banned, Zach, is say ChronoStory leveling by CBT or something of that nature. Because everyone knows what CB is, and if you add the T, then everyone also knows what that is, and then it becomes funny again without being bannable, I believe. Something of that nature. A better wording is in order, but I think incorporating CBT as it would be funny. Cock and ball torture. Just for the kids at home who don't understand what I'm talking about. Which no one who plays MapleStory is a kid, so I'm sure everyone understands. Okay, Lord of the Deep. It was a 5th job skill added when 5th job came out. I think they might have made it a 4th job skill. Oh, that's good. Perfect. You got it. That works. And it was an activation skill. It was you activated it, and it would have a infinite duration, and dealing damage would lower the amount it would be activated. And then killing mobs would refresh the duration a little bit. So essentially you needed to train on mobs that you could kill in like one hit, or it would end. And it was like this little like sea serpent that swam around you in circles. And if you ran into an enemy, it would deal damage to that enemy. And it was just this big AoE that could hit as many mobs. It wasn't big, it was small, but it could hit as many mobs as were piled up around you, which wasn't usually very much because you don't really have a skill that can, like. Anyway, I feel like it's a much cooler skill than the beam skill. Full inventory. Let's And the beam is cool. Don't get me wrong, I like the beam. The beam is cool. It's not my favorite skill ever, whereas I'm kind of biased. I'm sure no one will know, and probably not, right? No one will know. No one will know. No one will know. No one will know. It's my favorite pirate skill of all time. I made a buccaneer in modern just so I could use that skill. Right? Now the beam skill is cool, but I feel like if boat ever decides to do 3 of every single subclass type, right? So I feel like we need one more bowman, one more pirate, and one more archer. The options there are cannoneer and dual blade. Dual blade works already because dual blade was already an old school class. Cannoneer, on the other hand, came out around the red update, and it was every attack was so humongous that I don't think it would really fit into ChronoStory very well. Probably not. So they'd have to revamp it with some different skills. I feel like the beam skill makes sense. I feel like they already had a beam skill too. I feel like eventually Modern did give it a beam skill. I feel like I remember that. At some point they gave it a beam skill. I don't think it stuck forever, but it had one. And I feel like it was designed as something that was similar to what Buccaneer used to get. Because they didn't want to give Buccaneer a beam skill because they had a class that used cannons already and it kind of looks like a cannon, so they didn't want it. It makes sense in their minds, I guess. A little weird. But I'd love to see Lord of the Deep here. Lord of the Deep would be my favorite. It would be my reason to play a Buccaneer, right? If they gave Buccaneer that, I'd main a Buccaneer easy. Even if they don't have a mobility skill. That would suck, by the way. If they don't have a mobility skill, it does suck. For sure. But, I mean, it's still... You just get a lot of movement speed, and you just go... Wow, and everything's like... dying. And you use your other skills as well at the same time. Oh, I get it. I got it. I know what they could do. I figured out what they could do. Okay. Has anyone played Modern Thunderbreaker? Just give it some Thunderbreaker skills in 4th job. Give it like the wave skill that makes you kind of like do the like across the screen like dash. It would go from like here to like here, and that's your main mobbing skill. Just make it deal a little bit of damage. It doesn't bring enemies with you, but it will zoom you through them with Lord of the Deep, so you can hit a lot of mobs. OG Hayato, oh yeah, it would be sick as fuck for sure. It would be. I don't think they could justify Kana in any way. Hayato would work fine. I don't. If they gave every class a 4th subclass, just add Hayato as a warrior subclass, rather than justifying it as, hey, here's Hayato, and you have Hayato's area and all the quest lines in it, and you have that, and now there's no reason not to have Kana. Just add Hayato as a 4th warrior class, right? Call it a samurai. You know? Call Hayato a samurai and give it the warrior. You know? I feel like that works fine. And then give everyone a fourth class, right? That would empower, if they ever added all five of the 6, I guess, but all 5 of the heroes, that would make Phantom a little bit more viable than it ever was. If there was 4, like if any class they added the game outside of Resistance and Heroes was an Explorer class, then Phantom would get more use. But like Hayato being a warrior is fine. Who'd be a mage? I don't know. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. Maybe like, oh, a mage. Kinesis. I don't know. Kinesis is the mage. I don't know. That'd be an interesting. That'd be interesting in comparison to the other mages, right? And it's different. As long as it's balanced right and doesn't have all the skills that it normally has, because it has so many skills. Who else? So we have a warrior and we have a mage for a fourth one. We'd need 2 for bowman. I don't think they could even think about adding Pathfinder. Plus Pathfinder is just a bowman but cooler. So I don't think there's a reason to add Pathfinder. I feel like they need a custom class here. I feel like adding a cowboy to ranger would be fine. Just make him dual wield. Mercedes is a hero, so Mercedes would already exist, right? If they're adding all the warriors, Mercedes will if they're adding all the heroes, Mercedes will exist. I know they're going to be adding Iran at some point, supposedly. So if they're going to add Iran, there's no oh, we're in the middle of an ad. Fuck. Let me just. You're back? Oh, you got done with ads earlier. Oh, I was having another conversation with the other people. The other people are still in ads for another 15 seconds. So I'll answer your questions so it doesn't relate to theirs. MapleStory Worlds is a platform for like creators to make their own content using MapleStory assets. Kind of similar to like how Roblox is an engine allowing you to make games, right? This is like that. It's kind of like that, but also kind of like Mario Maker, right? So creators can make content in MapleStory Worlds however they want. So so a lot of creators came on to MapleStory Worlds and thought, hey, let's make old school MapleStory servers on MapleStory Worlds, right? Normally, if there's an old school server that someone joins that isn't on Worlds, that is technically illegal content It can get taken down at any time, especially if they're charging money for it for any reason or selling anything, which they always are. And you can't stream it. If you stream it, you can get the monetized content strikes, things of that nature. So it's like private servers, except it's officially hosted by Nexon, which will come with quirks that are related to Nexon. So for example, and I'll show you real fast. For example, we only have 3 character slots. That's a limitation on MapleStory Worlds specifically, right? Now you can work around it. Apparently, devs can work around it, but Bote hasn't done that yet. He's working on the content people want first, and then he'll probably work around it or figure out some other way. But baseline, it's based on inventory slots. So it comes with quirkiness that was made by Nexon. So it is Nexon based. Am I going to be playing Classic? I will play Classic when it comes out. I don't think Classic is going to be as good as people are hoping for. I feel like it'll be good for a few weeks, but it's going to be way too heavy of a grind. I feel like Nexon's going to fuck something up, right? Inkwell wasn't put there. It put in charge of GMS for the players. He was put in charge to make Nexon money. He's the guy who came up with cubes for Nexon, including their sales practice at Nexon. He's a very trusted individual at Nexon. If they wanted someone who was actually there for the players, there have been devs. Yeah, Classic was always a grind, for sure, but the problem is it doesn't respect your time. When we were kids and we played MapleStory, we had all the time in the world, but now we're all adults and have jobs, so the only way to work around that is by selling us a solution like 2x EXP cards in the cash shop, which they're 100% going to do. They did that when we were kids, too, for adults that couldn't do it. And you know what the adults did? They bought the 2x EXP cards, so they're going to sell them again this time, too. Right? So, like, yeah, for sure, it'll be fine, but the thing is, it's not going to be what we want, really. It'll be what we asked for, but it's not what we want. So it'll be fun for a while. Yeah, and like it's still the grind here. It's the level 40 to 70 grind, 50 to 70 really is the hardest levels in this game, really, until you hit the like 150 plus. You keep thinking how people will get to 70 in 3 to 4 weeks, and we won't have third job for like 6-12 months, and we're not going to be getting fourth job until at least 2028. Like, there's going to be those people that binge the grind to 70 in a few weeks. But, like, most people aren't even going to get to level 30. Most people aren't going to get to level 30. That's just the nature of the grind in old school. From just the play tests, it was so difficult for players just to get to level 10. We're going to get people coming in, getting to level 10, being like, whew, that was a tough challenge. I got my nostalgia. I'm out. That's what's gonna happen, and then the game. And I don't think the game is gonna die. I just feel like it's gonna be not as big as it could have been. I would recommend ChronoStory on MapleStory Worlds. There's a few games on MapleStory Worlds that are fine. Some that are more grindy than others. ChronoStory Worlds is a nice middle spot. Level 50 to level 70 sucks, but ChronoStory is very well balanced. It respects your time. And there's no pay to win. You can buy a pet in the cash shop. That's it. It allows it to auto pick up items. You already have auto pickup. It just doesn't pick up equipment. Sure. What's the question? Yes, it will. Absolutely, it'll be pay to win. Not ChronoStory. MapleStory Worlds will 100. It might not be pay to win at first. I feel like the first thing that they're gonna push, because here's the thing: they're designing MapleStory Worlds is not MapleStory Worlds. Classic World is a world in modern MapleStory. So the way that you're gonna play it is you're gonna download modern MapleStory, and you're gonna select it like you would select a heroic world, which is Reboot, or a non-heroic world like Scania, except it's or an event world, whatever it is, because it's essentially going to be a permanent event world. So you choose it when you download Modern MapleStory. You go to the select screen for the world you want to go into, and you're going to go into Classic World. So that means it's going to have access to Modern MapleStory's cash shop. They're not going to give us the whole cash shop, but they're going to be betting on people spending money on surprise style boxes at first. That's where they're going to be making their money first. When the game first comes out, they're gonna be like, yeah, there's no pay to win here. We're not gonna add pay to win. That would be bad. But you can buy cosmetics in the cash shop. Here's the surprise style boxes. You can have the modern looks or the old school looks, and they're gonna probably have an old school fucking surprise style box and then a modern surprise style box, and you can spend money on either one, right? As well as the hair coupons and everything like that, just for cosmetic reasons, right? But later they're gonna add the 2x EXP coupons. They're gonna add VAC pet. VAC pet boxes, just like they do in modern, because it's in the same fucking server, so they can do that if they want to, and they're gonna want to. It's just the thing is they're gonna strategically release the game at a time where VAC pets aren't expected to come out in the game for like 6 to 8 months, because they always bring out the VAC pet boxes on like a timer, essentially, right? Every 6 to 8 months they release a VAC pet box in the cash shop for like a month, and then they bring it back. Hello Neo, welcome in. What do you think about farmers in MapleStory? Will they exist, or will they ban? I mean, they're gonna do the same thing Modern does. It's just gonna be ban waves. The reason why you don't ban anyone individually usually very often is because it basically allows people to kind of organize how it works. But if you do it in waves, you're banning so many people at once that it's hard for RMT people to really react to it. That's why it's harder on smaller creators and devs, which is why Bote made ChronoStory a more hardcore world with no trading. It had trading at first, but they got rid of trading because there was too much botting, and now there's way less botting. You still get botters that are cheating to level up, but there's no more RMT. No more Chinese players here just trying to sell gold. Listen, you have Tomodachi Life. Nice, Neo. Congratulations. Now back to the other question. I do recommend ChronoStory. ChronoStory on MapleStory Worlds is very good. It's very good. 2x EXP and a few modern skills, kind of asterisk. It's basically just balancing, making it so the classes that had really bad skills have skills that are more in line with the other classes that had better skills, and then just making everything pretty well balanced. It's very good. The game balancing is very good. I feel like the game balancing Nexon has been showing in Classic World looks kind of mediocre at best. In fact, most of it is nerfs, which is not great. I feel like everyone's gonna feel weaker in Classic World than in any other server, including the ones that are more one-to-one. And they're also focusing on new content for some reason, rather than releasing the content that people want, which is to say the old school content. The reason why people want a Classic World is for Classic World, not for, hey, there's this new cool area that's like underneath Sleepywood or some shit, whatever it is, and it's like a low-level area for some reason. Like, if you're adding new content areas, add new high-level areas. And wait to add them until you have all the content out. There's no reason to add new, cool, high-level areas until the content's all released. That just feels like your modern MapleStory trying to cater to everyone. I feel like they're trying to cater to new players. Chief Bandit, very balanced. Honestly, not strong enough. I'm not saying everyone is perfectly balanced. I'm just saying that it's way more well balanced than like any other thing. You did like the new region. I mean, the region is cool. It's just like, why did they focus on a new region rather than releasing the stuff players want? You know, it's eye candy for no reason because the players would have been more hyped about seeing like Orbis or something. In fact, they would have been way more hyped about Orbis. And yeah, for sure, it is fine adding new regions as long as they follow the theme and balancing. But the problem with that is, like, they're adding new regions before finishing the game. Of course, Real Malik, of course, anytime. I 100% agree, 100%. But the problem is, nostalgia is the thing that's bringing the players in. Oh, thank you for the follow. I think that was probably Malik. If it wasn't you and it was someone else, feel free to let me know. We're lurker friendly, so it doesn't tell me who followed, just that someone did. So thank you for following, whoever it was. I think it was Malik. If it was you, thank you. If it was someone else, also thank you. You can let me know if you did. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. I've always said that. Yeah, it was you? Awesome. Anytime you want to come in, even if I'm not playing MapleStory and you want to talk about MapleStory stuff, because I play other games other than MapleStory. I'm not like a MapleStory streamer. I've been playing a lot of MapleStory lately, but that's because I stream every day and I've been wanting to play MapleStory. That doesn't mean I'm like a specifically MapleStory streamer. I'm a variety streamer, but this is one of my cozy games, one of the games I like to play. So I've been on a kick on it lately. So, but if I'm not playing this game, playing something else, and you see me on, you want to ask MapleStory based questions, I'm always happy to talk about it. Yeah, we played Tibia. Let me look this up. It sounds familiar. Oh, that's an old one. Holy shit! No wonder it sounded familiar. Not in a long time, my friend. Not in a long time. Hey, A1 Steaks. That's you're not first. There's a lot of people over on Twitch and a few people talking on YouTube. Not very many. Not able to come on the non. You're playing it currently. Hell yeah! I didn't even know it was still up. Tibia. It's an old MMO. I believe it's an old MMO. I played it once a long time ago. I don't remember when. I didn't play it very much. It wasn't my kind of game, but it is nostalgic anyway, just from the graphics and everything. That's what it was. Hell yeah. But what was the thing I was gonna say? Yeah, I agree with you, Vodens. You also used to play Tibia. Hell yeah. But I agree with you, Vodens. Nostalgia won't keep the game alive forever. That's why I've said, like, if MapleStory wants to release a classic world, or even if anyone wants to make a classic server, they can't just make a classic server and let it sit. That's how you get Maple Royals, where the game dies, because they don't release new content. You have to release new content. You just can't like strive away. You can't stray away from the way the game works, like how they did with Big Bang and then Red Update and then modern stuff. Like that's how you make a modern MapleStory. That's how you make WoW, right? That's not what a player want. They want an old school RuneScape experience where there's new content in the style of the old school. Even if you're adding new content from the newer versions of the game and make it feel like it's old school, like they could add the resistance classes and just balance them properly for old school, and they'll feel fine. They can add all the heroes and just balance them properly for an old school game, and they'll feel fine. Including the ones that came out after old school, after Big Bang. Perfectly fine. There's a few modern classes they probably can't do that to at all. In fact, most of the more modern classes, they probably can't do that because the skills are just too flashy and too big. But like, you could use a lot of the themes from the newer classes to some extent. I wouldn't do everything. Like, I wouldn't go into space and do like the like dragon people and all that shit. But like and stuff. You just hopped on a Chrono. Hell yeah! Last week. Hell yeah! Missed the OG MapleStory days. Same with everyone. He's got a third job as a magician, but it feels so underpowered. Is this normal? You feel like you no longer kill mobs slightly above your level. Level 70 is a jump. Which class did you pick? You said a mage. Are you doing fire poison or are you doing ice lightning? Ice lightning feels or are you doing bishop? Bishop's gonna feel kind of the weakest at that level range, but once you get to around level 75, 80, it's gonna feel a lot stronger. Ice lightning also feels a little weak once you hit level 70, but once you hit like 75, 80, you're gonna start breezing through levels. You'll be fine. It's the slowest level range is like level 50 to like 75, depending on your class. Because once you hit 70, you're gonna get your new skills, but not really gonna be all that strong yet. See you later, A1 Steaks Us. Thanks for coming. Oh, the Deathclaw thing. God, that's why I pay for that shit. Anyway. Blood Harps are going to be your best friend. Yeah, I'd go to Blood Harps. Blood Harps over in Leafree. Yeah, Blood Harps, as Moose said, that's like the best map for a level 70 plus Ice Lightning Mage. I think they're weak to your attacks, and they give a lot of EXP without being super powerful. So I think you'll be fine there. Try Blood Harps. They're over in Leafree somewhere. But yeah, people want a old school RuneScape experience where they're gonna continue making new content, but making it feel like old school content. That's all people want. But people also want the game that they remember first. So in order for classic MapleStory to really work, You gotta do it like Bote is doing it, right? Like, for sure, you can give balance updates to classes and stuff and add some new maps in those places, or even update old areas like with Omega Sector, but they still want to see all of the old areas first. You don't release new areas into the game before adding all the old areas people want to see. Right? They added a new low-level area before they added Orbis. Before they added Ludibrium, another low-level area. Is that song Banjo-Kazooie? No, I don't have any Banjo-Kazooie songs on my stuff. I think it was probably old school RuneScape. In fact, this is also old school RuneScape, so I'm pretty sure that was old school RuneScape too. I think it was one of the Goblin songs. Goblin these no, it's just a Goblin Village, I think, or something. Yeah. But if they were to, now back to the conversation that was going on before the ads happened. That was a minute ago at this point, eh? Like 15 minutes ago. They could add like more, as we were talking about now, more modern class in ChronoStory. We're talking about ChronoStory, by the way. They could add more modern classes, demake into the game, but I feel like if they're going to do that, a lot of them should just be added as adventurers, right? Explorers, any of the main 5 classes, right? So if they add in Hayato, it should be a warrior class, right? So it would be the 4th warrior choice. At which point you need 4 of each. So you need 2 more. You need 2 more thieves, 2 more pirates, and 2 more rangers, archers, and then 1 more mage. I don't know what they could do for mage. For pirate, obviously cannoneer works, and then something else. I don't know what. For archer, there aren't really that many archers. They could do Mercedes, like you said. I forget who said it, but someone said Mercedes. But I feel like if they're already going to add Iran, most likely, which means they're probably going to add Evan, which means they're probably going to do the heroes. So Mercedes will probably exist. So this that I'm playing right now is ChronoStory. This is a private server, except it's on MapleStory World, so it's officially hosted, so you can stream it and play it. You spend money on here. Most of the money you spent on here is going to go to Nexon, and only some of it is going to go to the creator. It's like 35% to 65% split. 65% goes to Nexon, which is fine. I think it's a little excessive from Nexon, but it should be 50-50, I think. But whatever. The reason why they're releasing old school MapleStory is because that's what the modern GMS player has asked for years. Nexon proper, Korean MapleStory, Nexon, them have always stated they have no intention of ever releasing a old school MapleStory server. In fact, they don't intend to localize what's made for old school MapleStory into Korean MapleStory. That is a old school MapleStory that's going to be releasing over here is going to be a GMS exclusive content, because that's what the global MapleStory players want, right? So they're releasing it there because they put Inkwell in charge. They realized that for a few years they were trying to unionize, essentially, combine the 2 servers, right? KMS and GMS have always had localization issues, bringing over stuff from KMS to GMS. Still no Rush Coma combo. Oh, hold up. It's not there, so it must be over here. There we go. Got it off my screen. Hell yeah. Okay. No, not wilding. They were trolling. Rush coma. I mean, I guess you could do a rush coma. So like, I guess you could go. What is it? What do I have it on? Shift. So you could go like fucking boop and then boop, 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 shift. But that's not very good, right? This is gonna do more damage and kill stuff faster than doing rush coma. I know some people like the rush coma, but especially for this map and other maps, I don't think rush coma is very good. It's a loss of EXP. But Inkwell was put in charge of GMS because he's well trusted at the company. He wasn't put there to. He wasn't put there in charge for the player base. He was put there in charge to make Nexon money. They realized trying to make GMS like KMS, which is what they've been doing for years, wasn't really working, and the player base over here doesn't like a lot of the changes KMS does. So KMS put Inkwell in charge. He's the guy who made cubes, by the way, and the sell practice of selling cubes in the cash shop only and not allowing you to get them in game in any way when they first came out. That was Inkwell's whole monetization idea. Which is why I don't trust him and why I do think Classic World is going to be pay to win, because he's the one who came out with the biggest pay to win thing. Yeah, when cubes came out, yeah. Inkwell is the one who came up with it, and he's the one in charge of GMS right now. He's the one everyone in GMS is saying, oh, he's so good to the players. He's doing stuff for the players. He's not doing stuff for the players. He's doing stuff for Nexon. His whole goal is to make Nexon money, not to make the players happy. I would wager that the instructions Nexon gave Inkwell when they put him in charge of GMS was, yeah, go to GMS, fix stuff to make the players happy enough that they stop complaining, and the player base stabilizes, maybe grows a little bit. That's all we want. Do it in the way that makes us the most money possible. That's all we want. And to make the most money possible is you have to for a Western audience, you actually have to help like do stuff for the players. So he's doing stuff for the players because he knows that's gonna make the most money in the West for GMS. But he's not there for the players. He's there to make Nexon money. So he's yeah, for sure. It's a lot of it is good for the players, but he's gonna release pay to win stuff. Absolutely, for sure. That's why cubes are still in the cash shop in Modern. That's why they release that's why they came up with a way to bring back I believe the totems, like the spawn rate increasing totems, because guess what, GMS players love the spawn rate increasing totems, and they got rid of them because KMS doesn't have them, and they were trying to streamline it with KMS, but now in Modern, guess what, they're bringing them back. Why? Because the players want them. It's a moneymaker, and Nexon told Inkwell to make money. Yeah. That's why they're releasing all this stuff. They're releasing stuff that's kind of good for the players, but not really, because they put they put someone who they really trust in charge to make the money. If they really wanted to put someone in charge that was for the players, they've had devs in GMS for years that they've fired for doing stuff that they didn't want them to do that was actually good for the players. They on multiple occasions they fired devs that the players loved because those devs were extremely players first, because they were Western devs. They were devs hired from Western developers. A lot of Western developers specifically do stuff for the players because a lot of Western developers are gamers, or they know that doing that will make more money. It's usually both. They were shutting down offices for a while because they were trying to streamline it, but now GMS is headed by Inkwell. So now GMS is separate from KMS. They're not going to streamline it and be part of KMS anymore, which is what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it so there were no more like the localization process would have been easier. But that wasn't making the money. It was losing the money in the West. They were losing the player base in the West. So they add Inkwell, say, hey, do the stuff that the players want over there, but just enough that makes us money. Don't make it so we stop losing players, and instead make it so we gain players if we can. Just do it. Do as much, but also as little, to maximize our profits. And that's what Inkwell is there for. He's there to maximize their profits, not to make players happy. So yeah, they were shutting down for a while because they were trying to make the localization process easier, but they were losing players that way. So they decided to not do that, and they pivoted at the last minute and had Inkwell do it, which is fine. But I don't trust them. That's why I like MapleStory Worlds. I don't trust Nexon having MapleStory Worlds. They've shut down their games before. They shut down MapleStory 2. So like MapleStory Worlds could shut down, but like it's making them enough money to where I'm sure they won't shut it down, because it's the only other place for people to play old school MapleStory servers other than their own that they don't have yet. And both in Korea and here, it's a pretty big money maker. I feel like it makes probably as much as GMS does, if not more. So there's that. Yeah. Whenever we get to talking about Nexon specifically, it always goes into Nexon bad company. Nexon do stuff that steal money. Make player sad. Why they do that? Well, because it make money. Why don't they make player happy? Because fuck you. Every time we get to talking about Nexon proper. Because Nexon isn't a good company. In fact, Nexon's not the company that made MapleStory. Remember, they bought MapleStory from Wizet. And it's Nexon's only really popular game. By the way, Nexon also has slot machines. So there are Nexon branded, just like there are Konami branded slot machines. And you can find them in Las Vegas. I should know, I've been to Las Vegas. My wife's family lives in Las Vegas. So you can find Nexon branded fucking slot machines. So yeah, they are primarily a gambling guy. Oh, Luna, welcome back. I saw you over on Bunny's stream the other day. Did you go over there because I said to go over there on my Discord? I missed you though. I missed you on her stream. I was like 20 minutes late. I had been there, but I was lurking. I wasn't paying attention to the stream. I had it muted. Maybe. Hell yeah. Good, support my friends. You want your friends from Vigilan make some money IRL through MapleStory, but you don't think it will happen. Oh, Venezuelan. You want them to RMT for money. I mean, like, if they want to RMT, have them do old school RuneScape. Old school RuneScape makes a lot of money for like Venezuelan people. In fact, a lot of Venezuelans just primarily RMT in RuneScape, old school RuneScape specifically. I don't know why. I know they cracked down on that for a while, but like you can make it, Venezuelans make a lot of money in old school RuneScape selling gold. I'd recommend it for them. But like I get it. I know players don't like that to be in the game, but I don't think MapleStory is a big enough market. I've been good. I've been good, Luna. How have you been? They are killing OSRS's economy, but like it won't really. Yeah, you honestly, you want them to ban that country? I mean, for sure, it's not good for the economy of that country, but like the economy of the game. But like it's. I hate recommending people going to games and RMTing, but like I get it with that country. With that country, you just don't make enough money. You make more money selling gold in video games than you do, and I think the only games that you can really do that with are basically just old school RuneScape. So, and the economy in old school RuneScape, like there's enough players. It's like a really big MMO. The only way they're gonna make money is doing it in KMS, but you can't do it in KMS because it's based on citizenship. You have to have a Korean citizenship to play KMS, so you can't do it there. You can't do it here either because this doesn't have trading. I guess so. Maybe so. Have them do it in have them do it when Classic World comes out. I think that'd be funny. I'm not a big fan of Classic World. I don't advocate anyone doing any RMT in any game. But I mean, who doesn't want to screw over next time? Allegedly. It won't work here. At least here in ChronoStory, there's no trading. You can't trade it. It's a non-trade server. It's Iron Man mode essentially. Everyone's Iron Man mode. So you've been good fighting for money though. You've been owed. You have the new headphones. And, oh, nice. Making your second character a warrior, but you don't even know which one to choose. You love them all. Which ones do you think is the best for 4th job? Okay, I'm playing a hero right now. Hero is going to be bonkers in 4th job. My character's only 118, but hero is going to be bonkers in 4th job. However, leveling up to 4th job is hell. As you can see, I'm still using Slash Blast, and I'm level 118. So the leveling of a hero up until 4th job is hell on earth. Spearman is really good and is going to be bonkers in 4th job. Just as bonkers, if not more so. I love the skill that I love the skill they gave for their main attack skill in 4th job. That's my favorite. And I do have a 125 Spearman already. I'd show you how it works, but it's on a different account and I don't want to switch accounts right now. Paladin is pretty cool. I love Heaven's Hammer. Same problem with as with Hero though. You will get like Charged Blow, I think, in 3rd job, which does do good damage, but it's elemental based, so you'd have to go to maps that where they're weak to your attacks, and I don't know if that's super optimal EXP wise. I feel like a lot of people like Paladin, but Paladin is pretty underplayed. I love Heaven's Hammer, so if you like Heaven's Hammer as a skill, go Paladin. But my recommendation personally, if you want something that's utilitarian, will always be useful in any content, just go. Oh, you're in school. Okay, sounds good, Monkey Boy. I'd recommend Dragon Knight. Yeah, level 125. Yep, same. 4th job teaser just looks just how you thought. Awesome. Yeah, it's super good, Hatch. 100%. I forget the name of the skill. It's my favorite Dragon Knight skill or Dark Knight skill ever implemented in the Maple Story. I forget the skill name off the top of my head, but they added it in the red update. And they use that skill animation for it, and same with the sound effect. You also get the same number of lines of damage. They're just not Berserk. Berserk is a buff. It's an attack skill. It's their new attack skill. It's like a Spear of Darkness. Impale. It's Impale. It's not Imperial. It's Impale. Thank you. You said the wrong word, but it made me remember. It's Impale. Rage is OP on Chrono. It's really good. They need to buff mages so their buffs also work with potions. Every party will also want you, but I feel like the content in general, especially for bossing, will benefit DK more because of Hyper Body. You know, Hyper Body is already necessary for some classes to do some content properly. So I feel like Hyper Body will just always be kind of evergreen, whereas Rage is great unless you have mages in the party, and I feel like they're balancing the game to where mages will work in bosses. I feel like mages will be a necessity in bosses, in fact. I feel like that's what they're going to do. I get that. Rage is good, but if you're playing a mage, Rage is useless. So I feel like mages are going to be really good in bossing. I feel like they're balancing it. They're going to balance it so they will be really good in bossing. So, tough one. By the way, thank you for helping me remember Hatch. I couldn't remember. I love Impale. Impale is super cool. Now, as you can see, I am playing a hero. I'm doing really good damage now, but my range is terrible. And I still level up faster on my DK, who has a better attack skill, obviously, or my Bowman, which also has a better attack skill. very good. Better. Because you gotta do this shit too. If it was a flat map, maybe doing that would be better. DK versus Hero is the doubt you're in. You love DK though, but Rage, Combo, and two-handed swords have a spot in your heart. I get that. I get that. But here's another one. Iran might come out in ChronoStory at some point. It's not gonna be for a while, but when it does, if you have a DK, you could go pole arms, which is about the same amount of damage as spears. It's not a big difference unless you're using, except for at low levels if you're using the fishing pole, which I'd recommend as well anyway. But for high levels, it's about the same damage wise, as long as they're scrolled well, which means you could fund an Iran for the future as well, so you'd be able to do both. But that's neither here nor there. They're both solid choices. Rage is good. Hyperbody is good. I like the fourth job skill of Dragon Knight more than the fourth job skill of Hero. Impale is the raddest skill of rad skills in all the warriors, in my opinion. Heaven's Hammer, though, I do love me a good Heaven's Hammer. I always love playing hammer-wielding people in D&D. So it's always difficult for me to choose, but I have, as you can see, I have chosen the two, and my DK is higher level than my Crusader, and has been for a long time. I even leveled up a Bowman before Crusader. It's just leveling up a Crusader fucking sucks, okay? Leveling up a Crusader sucks, and that's it. That's just how it sucks. Once you get to like level 150 or 160 in third job, like if you were playing a high level Crusader, their level speed is some of the fastest in the game. But the problem is you have to be you have to have really high attack power for that. Until you hit like 140, your level speed is like the lowest. It isn't the lowest, but it's damn low comparatively. Like, I level up way faster on my, and the reason why you need to be that high level is because you use that skill. Once that can one-shot everything, you start doing this, like that, or bring them all down, and then you go bam, and then everything dies. But like, until that happens, it's not worth using. So you're just stuck using fucking Slash Blast forever. And I don't like that. But I'm suffering through it so I can get the fourth job, because God knows I'm not getting this guy to like level 1 fucking 10 or 100, 105, whatever I had it at before they did the announcements for fourth job warriors, and not getting it the rest of the way. Fuck that. I got it that high already. Might as well get the 125. That way, whenever I feel like playing it again after fourth job comes out, I'll actually have good skills now, and I can stop fucking wanting the Korean Maple story. Does anyone get my joke with Korean Maple story? Anyone get that? I use that whenever I play Maple Story. And it's my version of me wanting to commit Sudoku. Because Korean Maple Story is also called KMS. Anyway, let me just explain the joke real quick. That's the funny way to do it, right? But I do recommend any of the warriors. They're all good. DK is my favorite only because they gave him Impale. Before they gave him Impale, I was like, DK is good in third job, but like if they follow the regular design in the fourth job, that normally happens. It's gonna be the lamest of the lame shit. And the only reason I have it is because it's funding my Iran. But because it has Impale, it's more like no. They cooked. I'm good. That's what I want. Eating good as a fucking DK. Hell yeah. Keep in mind that Slash Blast only hits four enemies, by the way. It only hits 4 enemies. It hits harder, but it only hits 4 enemies. Once you get high enough level into 3rd job, it'll hit 6 enemies again. Because of... Nope. Combo attack. You attack more enemies with this thing. They don't even have it listed though. Wasn't that how that worked? Combo attack, the more orbs you had, the more mobs you hit with Slash Blast? Or did they remove that? Did Boat remove that? Or am I tripping? Am I dumb? Is it just not displayed? I know that's how it was at one point. Anyone know? Anyone in chat familiar enough? I feel like that was a thing. It does feel like I'm only hitting like 4 mobs though, so I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, I think I'm only hitting 4 mobs. You have until 3rd job. You have until your 2nd job choice to pick. So take your time. Hey, thanks for coming, voting is. I appreciate it. I probably won't be live past the 3-hour mark or so. So I'll be live for another hour or 2, maybe. Maybe something like that. I'm surprised we're already nearing level 119 though. We're already almost there. We're already 50% of the way there. I'm surprised. Leveling up is going faster and faster because I'm getting more and more stronger. I'm getting strong, boys. What do we got? Anything good? A thief glove? It's level 90. I have a better one. I mean, I have a thing. I'll keep it. Do 77. I'll keep both because I could scroll both of them. The shoe. Let's sell inventory. Alrighty. Back to the sharking. If they were to have it so every single adventure class in the game had 4 choices, that means every single class gets a new choice, and some of them get 2 new choices. We know what the 2 new choices for, or one new choice for 2 of them are going to be, but that we'd have to come up with 2 more for the other 2, for the other one. What do you think they would get? I think Hayato would make sense for Warrior. They just call it Samurai instead. Right, just call it Samurai instead. They could give a custom class for either for Thief or Ranger, Bowman, Archer, whatever it is. Like a cowboy, dual-wielding pistols. Could be cool. Wouldn't have to add a new weapon for them either, which is good. They could add to either of them, right? Obviously, Cannoneer and Dual Blade would exist. Ranger, though, they can't add Pathfinder. Pathfinder's Pathfinder. I don't think they could do Pathfinder. It would need to be something else. No. There's a class that was never released into GMS. It was in JMS. Just like Hayato and Kana, they had a third one which had a gun. It was like a rifle. What if they got a rifle class? I know we already have a class with snipe, but you could theme it around, like, what would you theme around a rifle class that isn't a sniper specifically? Because we already have snipe and whatnot in crossbowman. Musketeer. Give it like a bayonet attack, and like it has really strong attacks that can hit lots of mobs in a straight line. With piercing shots. But it has a slower attack speed. I think that could be it. That could be it. Kind of like the spearman of the ranger side. That could be good. Right? You have a bayonet attack for close range, and then you can even make the bayonet attack the bossing attack for some reason. That could be weird. I don't know. Something like that. Some custom class. What about we got warrior. Mage is the hard one. Mage is the hard one. They have a lot of mages in modern. It could be kinesis. Could be kinesis. Kinesis could be cool. If anyone doesn't know kinesis, they're a telekinetic character from the Maple Story stories side. An incursion class that's centered around the Men in Black guys of the Omega Sector. Hell yeah. That's really cool, actually. So like they could take some of the skills from good old Jet for like the alien themes and like give them like an alien pistol, like a little fucking alien gun. That's actually really cool, Moose. That's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. Something they never did. Such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity. For sure, for sure. That's really cool. That's a really good idea. I feel like that class would go in Thief. I feel like that class would go in Thief. Because they're basically secret agents. In fact, that's what you could call it. That's what you could call it, secret agent. So you'd have bandit, you'd have assassin, you'd have dual blade for some reason, and then you'd have secret agent. Dual blade doesn't really fit the thief theme with bandit and assassin, but secret agent does. Secret agent definitely does. Or you could call it spy, but that doesn't really fit the theme. I think secret agent is better, and spy would be one of the job advancements. So the first job would be secret agent, second job would be spy, and second job would be secret agent, third job would be spy, and fourth job would be like what would their fourth job be? What would be a cool fourth job title for it? We have Chief Bandit, and we have Night Lord. Director. That's pretty good. Operative. That's the one right there. Not director, operative. Director could be anything, but operative feels way more like alien. Feel free to throw the suggestion over to Bote. I'm gonna write this shit down, definitely. Because this is a good one. That one's a good one. For whenever he decides to do fucking customs shit, that's such a cool one. Man. And then you put it in Thief class because it makes sense. They'd be eating good. But Mage, though. What would Mage get? Obviously, Kinesis works, right? Kinesis is fine. It's a psychic class that, like, can grab enemies and then literally slam them into other enemies have them take damage. That's their fourth job kind of thing. Otherwise, like, psychic pushes and stuff of that nature would do damage. You can throw a train at someone. I don't know if that fits. Because they kind of used, like, real life, because it was like a character that came from an alternate universe. It was like when Nexon was... Oh, hey, what's up, Muscle Mommy Nation? Hey, Kraz. It's when MapleStory was trying to do, like, the RPG stuff with the RPG takes. They only made one class in that whole fucking theme, and it was Kinesis, but it looked like they wanted to make a bunch. So I don't know if it would fit perfectly, but I feel like it could fit Mage. It could be something new as well. A Necromancer. You know what? That's what this game is missing, a Necromancer. What am I talking about? A summoner mage class called Necromancer. What of that? What do we think? Like, we can already imagine what that would do. It would go so hard, yeah. It would have summons in every job, and you can have all summons up at once, and then otherwise its attacks would be like darkness based. The only time they did something similar to that was Luminous, because it was a dark/light mage, but like that was because it was based on the Black Mage, which is the main antagonist. Eldritch Blast, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. A Necromancer would go so hard. It makes me hard, right, Kraz? Does it make you hard, Kraz? It makes me hard. Fuck yeah. I watched the short, by the way. I watched the live version. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Well done. That's what MapleStory, like, fuck any class that ever came out. Even Modern has never made a fucking Necromancer class. Like, what are they doing? That's like the other mage. They got an elemental mage. In fact, they've only ever done really one darkness mage because of the black mage. But come on, make a Necromancer. What are we talking about over here? Eldritch Blast. In fact, that could be their main attack skill, Eldritch Blast, right? In second job, you get Eldritch Blast, and in third job, it empowers Eldritch Blast, and in fourth job, it empowers it again, right? So your main attack skill you'll use for mobbing or otherwise is Eldritch Blast. It sends out a beam of necrotic energy that saps the life force away from foes. And in second job, it's your main attack skill. You get a summon as well. You get summon skeleton, right? Or like summon skeleton dog or something like that. So they could use assets in game, or so just summon skeleton. Doesn't matter which one. And it goes around and attacks stuff, does some damage, inflicts them with a necrosis. I think that could be a new status ailment. Necrosis being they take more damage from magic-based attacks. They just take more damage. It's a damage debuff. It makes them take more damage. and empowers your. It would probably empower your necrotic blast a bit, or your Eldritch Blast. And it hits like 4 mobs, right? Eldritch Blast hits 4 mobs. Not a huge one, but it's fine. Second job, Eldritch Blast causes you to fire 2 bolts, so 2 lines of damage, hitting now 6 mobs. And in fourth job, it's 3 bolts, so 3 lines of damage, hitting 8 mobs. And it could come with a larger radius, possibly, so it can hit larger areas, or possibly at the end it explodes, so it has a range from here to here, so it's not huge, but at the end it explodes, so it, in fourth job or something like that, so it can hit multiple platforms. We're starting an ad. We're in the middle of an ad. I'll talk about it. How you doing, Kraz? How you doing today, my friend? Excellent. Glad to hear it. What were you up to today? You're at work. You on break? On lunch break? Hell yeah! It has been a while since I've spent it here. Usually you're doing other stuff, and I'm cool with that. I'm glad having you pop in, even if it's not for the whole break, even just to say hi or get your streak up. But if you want to hang out, that's cool. In the middle of an ad, so I'm happy chatting for a bit while we're in the ad, and I want to go back to my train of thought before I lose it. Has work been kicking your ass today, my friend? My day's been good. Good stream so far. It started out really slow, but now it's good. Now we've gotten some viewers and chatting about some MapleStory related stuff. I don't mind having MapleStory long MapleStory chats. In fact, I find it fun theory crafting stuff. Has work been kicking your ass today? Why must Red Lobster always bring back their endless shrimp deal? They almost went out of business because of it. Why are they advertising it again? They barely made it out of bankruptcy before, and that was caused by their endless shrimp. Why are they bringing it back again? Like, for sure, I like endless shrimp, but like, their shrimp sucks. And they almost went out of business from it. That's the dumbest decision. Sorry. Fucking advertisements on my left. I can see the ads. Ads are over. Welcome back. I did think of one other Darkness Mage that was in MapleStory. It was Battle Mage was kind of a Darkness Mage, if you think about it. Day's pretty chill so far, but you're going to stay for an extra hour to do some things. Oh, gosh. Long day. That sucks. But, hey, if you enjoy your job... I don't know if you do. You never told me what you do. So, if you enjoy your job, that's fine. Or if you get paid a lot more, that's totally fine, too. Like, it's great. Gotta get that bag, son. Gotta get that bag. Battle Mage is kind of a Darkness Mage, right? So, like, I guess it kind of overlaps with Battle Mage a little bit, but I don't think it does all that much. Battle Mage is way different because it's more of a close-range dealy character. It doesn't have summons. I mean, it has like one summon that trails behind you, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just there for cosmetics and like a minor buff. You often dream of being an unemployed chud. That doesn't mean you don't really like it. It's fine. Maybe you can get married and be a house husband too. I might not be a house husband forever, by the way. I might have to work at some point soon, ish. At some point, we'll see. Just to help out. Got it. But yeah, Necromancer would be really cool. Summons. There need to be like a skeleton. I don't know, a ghost. And another thing. Like a knight, a death knight. I mean, if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't work, you know? But, like, I like animation. I like working in the animation industry when I can. God, I am rock hard for this Necromancer idea. I would love to play a Necromancer in MapleStory. That'd be so cool. In Bothé's MapleStory, in ChronoStory. I don't give a fuck if modern MapleStory does it. It's gonna be too flashy. I want ChronoStory's version. We are rock hard. Got it. It would have summons. It would have like an Eldritch Blast type idea. It would need like a Death Beam possibly. It would need like I don't know. Settable traps of some kind. I don't know. Like a zone of the dead. Monsters, creatures that spawn in the zone that you set, become zombified and attack other mobs. Could be cool. And mobs will attack the zombified mobs, and those zombified mobs will attack other mobs and be non-hostile to you. When the zombified mobs die, you get the EXP and drops as normal. Monsters that die to zombified mobs are spawned as zombified mobs as well. And zombified mobs die after a certain number of seconds. After a certain number of seconds of not attacking non-zombified mobs. Or their health is always draining or something of that nature. There we go. I think we got it. I think we got to it. What do we think of that? Do you think that'd be too strong for a old school server? I don't know. I feel like that'd be rad as hell. You like the idea, Moose? You like the idea of that? Like, you could set the skill, like, right here on this platform somewhere. This cute Necromancer, but, like, cute looking character, but, like, fucking Death Lord type, essentially. Yeah, that would be funny. That'd be great. That would actually be great. My character's kind of cutesy, but I don't have like NX stuffed animals and stuff. It's just a particular outfit that I usually gravitate towards in private servers, just because it's simple. Minus the wand. The wand is for being a mage, but I'm not currently on my mage. I just didn't want to change it. Normally it's a gun, because this was the outfit I used on my crossbowman and my gunslinger, technically speaking, but I didn't really work on my gunslinger very well. It did kinda, but it was mostly for the crossbowman. Another full inventory. Do I get anything good? 7-6. Nope. No, let's hope. Man, I want that class now, man. That's what I want. That'd be like my favorite mage class ever released in MapleStory, and it releases in ChronoStory. I wonder how viable it would be. I wonder how viable it would be for Bote to make his own class in the first place. How well he can do it. I'm sure he can do well. He has a lot of assets to work with. He can use skills that already exist in the game. Because they have a lot of modern skills there, so you can do whatever he wants with the modern skills, essentially, including some 5th job and 6th job skills to mess with if he needed to. I think it'd be cool. I don't think it'd be overpowered. It would just be a different type of mage, you know. Fire poison mage is an AoE attack character. Ice lightning is an AoE dot attack character. Ice lightning mage is an AoE attack character. So dots versus AoE attack. So like big fuck off damage dealing zones of ice and lightning for stuns and things. Whereas fire poison is dots. Cleric is a support character that does okay in AoE in mobbing situations, because every class does well in mobbing situations, but it's a support character. So now we need a summoner. Summoner is the way to go, and I think that would be the way to do it. A necromancer does exactly what we need in mages for a 4th choice. The fact that Nexon has never done it is baffling to me, actually. Quite frankly, it is ridiculous that Nexon, of all people, has not done the obvious choice yet. They always do the obvious choice because it's Nexon. It's Nexon. Of course they're going to do the obvious choice, right? Every time. But they haven't. It's fine. It's quite silly of you, Nexon. Quite silly. You absolute silly goose. Just a bunch of skeletal hands just reaching out of the ground and striking foes in large AoE bursts. That would be very cool. And enemies that die to that skill are raised as undead and attack mobs around you. Yet again, if your zombified mobs die, you get EXP for them as you would normally, and the drops as you would normally. You can't attack them, and they don't attack you. You don't take damage from them. And if they go a certain amount of time without attacking a monster, they die. And monsters that die to your zombified mobs also turn into zombified mobs. I feel like that'd be their main mechanic in the whole class, is zombifying mobs to then attack other mobs. And like they'd have a 4th job skill that empowers them so they're actually decent. Making mobbing pretty cool, because you could hit a fairly large area. It would probably be a pretty efficient in training class, but very different from anything that exists. Zombified mobs would attack allied players, I think, though. I feel like zombified mobs could attack members of your party, so your members of your party can attack and kill zombified mobs. They don't do extra damage. They act as normal mobs to regular players. So essentially, it would be kind of like Kishin in a way, because you could it would increase the spawn count on a map in a way for party play. So that would be their main party play component, is because you're zombifying mobs, it's creating more mob density, and other players can attack your mobs to kill them faster, to then make more mobs appear, and then have it happen again. Bosses you've slain. I feel like that'd be hard to code. I feel like summoning one or more of the heads of Horntail to let out a flame breath, or a necrotic breath of Horntail would be cool. So like a zombified Horntail head comes out and does a big dragon's breath all over in a direction. That'd be cool. Rather than it being specifically boss related. I feel like you can't really zombify. You have faith in Bote? True. I don't think you could zombify Zack in a way, because Zack is a rock creature. And Pink Bean you could do. I feel like Horntail is the perfect thing. It's the most iconic mob. So having one of its heads come out and breathe necrotic flames, kind of like, because in the first phase of Horntail, before you even get to the boss, you have the Horntail heads that pop out from the side of the screen. That would be like kind of what happens. Kind of. He's a tree, so you could just make it a rotten tree. I mean, that's true. He is a tree, isn't he? Gotta go back to work. Later, Muscle Mommy Nation. Thanks for coming, Kraz. You have a good rest of your day, my friend. You have a good rest of your day. That would be cool. You too, my dude. You know what'd be cool? Is kind of like in modern MapleStory, you have monster cards, right? As you kill monsters, you get monster cards. You can then equip them, and you can equip 3 at a time to summon monsters to fight with you. What if instead of regular summons, like getting a skeleton or whatever, the summons that they normally get as their attack force that you can summon are monster cards. So you get every time you kill a mob as a necromancer, you have a chance to trap their soul. So you'd have to grind for them, right? You have a chance to trap a monster's soul, and when you trap their soul, they drop on death they drop a monster card. You consume it, and you get a ghost familiar of that monster. So that way it wouldn't be too much work for Bote to make them into zombies or make them into skeletons. He would just have to make them opaque and like give them like a blue tint, essentially. I'm good, James. OSRS has bored me a lot lately, so it's why I haven't been playing it. I'd play it if I wanted to. Which is why I've been playing MapleStory, because I want to. So you give him a blue tint, and make them kind of opaque. And you can have up to in second job you can have 1. In third job you can have 2, and in fourth job you can have 3 summoned at a time. They go around and attack mobs in the same way that their monster form would, except they don't take damage from mobs. They're just ghost versions, and they don't take damage. They're just an infinite summon as long as you can summon them. You just use a skill and you summon them. Yeah, and you have this little extra window. You go into your window here, and you could click on the skill. Muscle Mommy mentioned. Hello, Kara. Hello. We were Graz was talking about Muscle Mommies. You have been summoned exactly how we've been talking about a summoner class, a necromancer class in MapleStory, as a thing that Bote could do, which would be fucking baller. And they go around and attack stuff. I don't think it would be a super powerful skill, but I feel like it could be cool. When your familiars kill an enemy, it zombifies them. Ow.
That's why we love our
That's why we love our dog.
Love you, babe. Love you, babe.
Look, babe. Look, babe. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Rather than giving it dedicated summons in general, they give them a monster card system specifically for the class. The monsters you summon are always summoned. It's just a toggle skill. You toggle on or off, and it just summons the monsters. They're always by you. They're kind of opaque and see through, and kind of blue glowish. And you get skills that buff your monster card tutors. Or maybe like if you get more than one monster card of the same card, you can make it better. But I feel like just making it so once you get a monster soul, essentially, you get a new thing in your equip window. You get like 3 slots right here. Monster soul 1, 2, and 3. And only necromancer classes can actually get them as drops. So you can still put them on alts for like holding onto them, or maybe you get that right there, and like this you have a secondary inventory like your little NX inventory, right? You get a little secondary inventory which you can use to which holds all your monster souls, monster cards. Hey, sir. Yeah, I've been streaming around this time a lot. Whenever my wife's at work, I stream around 1 or 2 o'clock my time, EST, Eastern Standard Time. That's when I start. Today I started around 1. Okay, so you just came in to get your streak and then leave, Kara? Are you okay, it's fine. Thanks for coming in, Kara. You heathen. You absolute heathen. You absolute simp. Go simp for your girlfriend. And I'll do it again, hell yeah. Later, Kara. That's what we got for that class concept so far, right? You get drops from mobs, monster souls, which you can then use to summon that monster to fight with you as like a ghost version. And I feel like this could also work for mini bosses too. So like you could go and get 1 cub. Welcome in. Hey, Cub, how you doing? We're talking about what could be a custom class in ChronoStory. A class that Bote could release in the future, which isn't even a concept in his brain yet, but like we were thinking of like if they added a 4th class to every adventurer, what would be a cool custom class, and we were thinking of mages, and necromancer was the idea, a necromancer subclass, or a necromancer job choice in mage, which I think would be fucking rad. Trying to push 100 a day, hell yeah. I was just trying to push 118 a day, but we're already at 119. We're gonna probably get to 120. We're probably getting to 120 a day. So what we thought of for the Necromancer class so far that could exist. Second job skills would include Eldritch Blast, Capture Soul. Eldritch Blast is your main mobbing attack. It hits 4 mobs for 1 line of heavy damage. You have Capture Soul. When you kill a mob, it has a chance, a fairly low chance to drop a monster soul of that mob. And you have a little equip window here in your equip window, 3 slots. You get 1 slot in second job, a second slot in third job, and a third slot in fourth job, and a little window like this one that would hold all your monster souls. It would hold a certain number of monster souls. You can get rid of them if you don't want a monster soul, because obviously they have inventory limits. What is the quest? The reroll quest for Omega Sector? You just follow the Omega Sector ones. If you're looking for the Leafree ones, there's like a dude in a house, and you talk to him, and it has you kill some shit, and then like it's a little quest line, and it'll eventually take you to Chief whatever the fuck, Chief Titano or whatever his name is. And you do that. So if you're looking for the Leafree one, that one. Otherwise, the reroll quest is just you just continue with the regular quest line in Omega Sector. You'll get it eventually. It's not too difficult. Both ways aren't too difficult. In fact, if you even find the wrong quest in Leafree, it'll give you EXP. Still good EXP. Worth it. So we have Eldritch Blast as your main mobbing attack. It's a necrotic damage attack that causes a beam of necrotic energy to go out and hit 4 mobs, dealing 1 line of good damage. For second job, obviously, right? A good second job damaging ability. You get Capture Soul. Monsters you slay, non-boss monsters you slay have a chance to drop a soul. This soul will go into your soul inventory. You can equip it. You can only have 1 soul equipped at a time. You get the second soul in second job, and a second soul in third job, and a third soul in fourth job. While equipped, it's always summoned. It becomes a like ghostly version of that mob, so it's like a ghost. So all Boat would have to do is turn down their opacity and give them a blue tint, like a light blue tint, to make them look like a ghost. And they go around, attack mobs for you, inflict mobs with a debuff that makes your Eldritch Blast do more damage. Different mobs have different effects, so he could go in and have fun and give different mobs different effects. Most mobs would probably just do damage, but some mobs would hit in an AoE. Some mobs would give maybe a player buff or something of that nature. I think he could have fun with doing what he wants with the mobs without thinking too hard about it, right? Obviously, because there are a lot of mobs in MapleStory. Mini bosses would give special effects, because mini bosses can be captured. It's just they would be harder to get because obviously the drop chance is already low. Mini bosses would just be hard to get because you can only kill them 1 at a time. Right. So like Xenomega, Xeno, even Mono, you know, they could have effects. So you have your mobbing skill. You have the soul skill. Then you'd get the regular stuff that all mages get, like Blessing of the Fairy, or not Blessing of the Fairy, the mana one that makes it so damage goes to your MP. It would probably also need a single target skill, because every job needs a single target skill. Does second job usually have a single target skill? We didn't get one in Warrior. That's a dumb question for Warrior. Warrior just got boosts. Mages. You get a single target skill and an AoE skill in Fire Poison. You get a single target and an AoE skill. Now you get 2 AoE skills in Ice Lightning, so that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Ice Lightning gets 2 AoE skills. You know, there's no single target. One of them hits less mobs, but it's not single target. And I don't remember what Bishop gets, what Cleric gets. Third job would get a skill called Zombify. It would be for first they'd get a buff to Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast hits an additional hits up to 6 mobs instead of 4, and does 2 beams of damage. So it does double the damage, and then it would also get an increase in its damage numbers. You'd get another boss, another monster soul slot, obviously. You get a skill called Zombify, where mobs that you kill, mobs that are killed by your summons, by your ghosts, I guess in this case, become temporary ghosts, with a health pool when they or become zombies, and they arisen again. They attack other mobs. When they die, you get EXP. They do attack your party members for the regular damage amount, not the buff to damage amount they would get. Full inventory again. Which and they don't attack you or deal damage to you, but they can attack your party members and deal damage to them. The whole point of this would be essentially it's like a minor version of Kishin, because as you kill mobs, they would be summoned immediately, so it would increase the spawn rate of the map as long as mobs are dying fast enough. So that would be like the main party benefit of playing with a Necromancer in your party, is there'd be increased spawn rate on the map that you're in. And I think they should also have, like, in third job, a skill that sets down an area of, like, purple is being an asshole? What do you mean, Jesse? I don't know what that means. They have like a skill called like a graveyard. You set an area on the ground. Monsters that spawn in that area automatically become zombified. So whenever a mob spawns, it becomes zombified. It's being stupid and slow. What is being stupid? Purple? What do you mean, Jesse? Does this have to do with ChronoStory? I don't know what that means. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Yeah? Purple's being slow. What does that mean? What's purple? Is it a these nuts joke? Are you about these nuts joke me? Pets being slow, I have noticed that my pet is a bit slow to picking stuff up sometimes. So that could be it. Oh, you have an app that lets you play MapleStory Worlds on your phone, on mobile. Okay, it might be your bandwidth. It might be your internet connection on your phone, because it is unwired. Or it could be how old your phone is, depending, or it could be the app. It could be any of the things. Apps are kind of, you know, third-party stuff can always be a bit iffy with connections and things of that nature. Never super stable because it's third-party stuff. Understandable. Purple. Oh, wait. You mean Twitch is being slow? It's probably your phone. Twitch is normal on my end. If you're on your phone on Twitch, Try going to YouTube. Do ! YouTube in the chat. I have a mobile version on YouTube. So like if you're on mobile right now, you can go to the mobile version on YouTube just fine. Which is a vertical version, so you can hold your phone vertically to watch if you'd rather. The game is a little bit smaller, and in fact quite a bit smaller, obviously. But it might be more stable. I have two versions on YouTube, by the way. I have two versions. I have the horizontal version, which is what you can see on Twitch, and then I have the vertical version. So most people on YouTube go to the vertical version. But if you're on your phone, you know, worth it, because YouTube is a lot of the time more stable. Although YouTube also likes to throw apps very frequently at people that are on mobile, because that's how YouTube mobile is, so. It's fine? Okay, good. Just making sure. If you're on your phone, it could be easier, but, like, it can also be kind of, But welcome in, by the way, Jesse. Welcome in. What are you playing in ChronoStory, by the way? What are you playing ChronoStory? If you came over from the ChronoStory side, your username looks familiar. You might not be from the ChronoStory side. You might be from my channel, because your name looks familiar. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've seen a lot of Jessies and Jessels and stuff in my chats before, so you could be new. You could be someone who's been here before. Very, very common username. Fuck you, YouTube. I usually pay for YouTube Premium. YouTube is my main source of entertainment in general. No, it's just Twitch being a shitter then. Twitch is almost always a shitter on mobile for some reason. Their mobile app isn't very optimized, in my opinion. Yeah, I usually pay for YouTube Premium. It's a little expensive in my opinion, just to not get ads. But like, the one thing that bugs me is the "Are you still watching?" thing, right? I have the music playing in the background. Every like 45 minutes, or like every 30 minutes or so, it'll come up with little pop-up if you're not paying for YouTube Premium that says, "Are you still watching?" And then it'll pause the fucking thing, because it doesn't want you to have background music because they want you to pay them, which is one of the reasons why I fucking hate YouTube as a company, Google as a company. I should probably start using Brave at this point. If I'm not gonna be paying YouTube Premium anymore, I should probably use Brave. Right? Anyone have a good app that is a good searching browser? Anyone have a good browser that isn't Chrome, that has YouTube with no ads and allows the music to play infinitely without fucking shutting off for no reason? Because that annoys me as a streamer. That annoys me. All my music is video game music. A lot of video game music you can't find on other apps like fucking, you can't have ads in the middle of music on stream. You get demonetized for putting advertisements in your stream for that reason. So I can't do that. So I can't use like free Spotify. And Spotify doesn't have all the video game music that I want. I'm sure it doesn't have all the MapleStory music. I'd be surprised if it did. Your granny says you can't talk to other people because they try to be weird and stuff, and you're not gonna be talking to a 5-year-old. Okay, so on the internet, you're usually gonna run into children when streaming. Like, it's usually not the other way around. If you're going into streams with streamers, you're usually gonna find the streamers are adults. Sometimes the chatters are kids. I'm a 18+ channel. No kids. I have like a cutoff date, essentially. If you're like 16 or older, I'll usually be fine with it. Maybe 15, but don't tell me your age. Otherwise, you're gonna get banned if you're younger than that. It's really based on maturity. If it, like, I can't just assume how old you are, right? Oh, this person sounds like it. Sometimes I do based on how they fucking talk. But yeah, right? I mean, there's a lot of weirdos online, but like streaming is such a mainstream thing at this point that like I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe your grandma is right. Like 15 years ago. Your grandma is right. 15 years ago, that would have been an issue. Not talking to kids, but talking to weirdos online. And it can still be an issue depending on the spaces that you go. But if you're on Twitch or something, like, it's fine. Hey, Rex. You're about 1,000-year-old and you're all skin and bones. Yeah. About to turn to dust. I understand. Rexit. Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back. We were just, a minute ago we were just talking about a custom class that could come to ChronoStory. That'd be awesome. That'd be a necromancer. That'd be fucking rad. For real, yeah. I mean, like, it's mainstream entertainment these days. If you're going into a VTubers chat too, most VTubers, like 99% of VTubers are adults and are not. I mean, they're weirdos for sure. Every VTuber is a weirdo, but I mean, like, in a relatable way. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a VTuber to watch for any reason. Oh. Oh. 3, 3, 8, 8, 5. Do lie detectors have to be used on someone? Did someone use a lie detector on me for some reason? If someone did, it was VAFT, by the way. If someone used a lie detector on me, it was VAFT. Right, Rexit. That'd be a cool skill. Lethal damage for fourth job, right? For fourth job, lethal damage causes you to regain all of your health with a cooldown. Or lethal damage causes you to reduce to regain all of your health, and gain a damage shield or or a instance or a short period of damage immunity, and then there'd be like a 5-minute cooldown or something. And just call it undeath. That would be cool. You're right, Rexic. That would be a cool skill. Hey, everyone has their personality. You're right. Everyone does have their personality for sure. For sure, everyone has a personality. Some people's personalities are wrong. I'm just kidding. You found something special? What'd you find? Special? Like a sauce? A special sauce that you put on burger? Or chimkin? Duck. Oh, I see. That's what you meant, special. You threw a duck at me. Thanks, I appreciate it. By the way, if you're new here on Twitch, don't forget to leave a follow. I'd very much appreciate it. I stream every single day. Not always ChronoStory. I'm a variety streamer. I stream lots of stuff. But hey, I'd love to see everyone back here again, even if you're here just to lurk in the future. Just gotta shout out every once in a while. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. Yeah, Necromancer would be rad. And that was a good idea, Rex. That was a good idea. Oh, hey, Jane. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I mean, not the follow. The fuck. You're a mod. Can you shout yourself out? Can you shout yourself out for me, Jane? I'd appreciate it. Am I a girl? No. I've got a pingus. Hello, Saint. Welcome in. We're playing some Maple Story. We're talking about zombies and necromancers. The cooldown could be 5 minutes. Probably. The cooldown could be 5 minutes. Cooldown is 5 minutes, but resets automatically resets automatically all the way if you actually die. I feel like that's the way to do it. If you die fully, you get a. I kind of figured, Jesse. I kind of figured, but I don't assume anyone's gender. I think Jane didn't do that. She probably decided that she needed to do some stuff. So let's shout out. There we go. Jane, formerly known as Paperbag, for personal reasons, changed their username. Don't forget to follow them. They play a lot of. They used to do a lot of the like VR chat stuff. They don't do the VR chat stuff anymore. So if you're into VR chat, that's not going to happen. But she used to be a VR chat streamer. Now she does variety of games. A lot of like, Slay the Spire 2. A lot of like games with other people. Some Marvel Rivals. She's a good variety streamer. I'd recommend it. She played Half-Life 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2. I don't remember if there's a third one. She played all the Half-Lifes a while back on stream as well. Not too long ago. What a game. You like it? This is ChronoStory. You can find it on Maple Story Worlds. However many Half-Lifes there are, Rexit. I forget. I know people have been looking for the new Half-Life. I forget if there was 2 or 3. Usually games come in trilogies. I forgot. I haven't played them. I didn't have an OG Xbox, okay? I was a PS2 kid. There was no Half-Life on PS2. All right. Yeah, there are some like added additional Half-Life games that are like little stories, but nothing major. Right? There's like that one VR game and like another set. Regardless, thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for bringing your people, Jane. If I know you're tired since you're already gone, but I'll say it anyway. If you're tired from the stream and you don't feel like sticking around, I understand. You guys go get your rest in. But if you want to stick around, we're going to be on here for a little bit longer, at least until we get the 120 at this point. Might as well get the 120 at this point. Rumors do whisper about a third game is around soon. No idea if it's like along with the upcoming console Valve is releasing too. I mean, it could be. I feel like Valve doesn't really have an interest in releasing Half-Life 3 now. It's at the point where if they release it, the hype is so big that it's probably not going to live up to the hype, right? Kind of. So they should. You know what would be really, really cool and kind of funny? You know what would be cool and funny, Rexit? What if they released Half-Life 3 and they didn't update the graphics? They used all the retro graphics that the old game did, and they made it in the old engine. They just made it huge. Or like an updated version of the engine, but like still retro graphics. That'd be cool, actually. That'd be cool, actually. Half-Life 3, Half-Life 1 all over again. I mean, for sure. But like, if they did it, they did like a big version of the game and it still had retro graphics, that'd be actually kind of cool. I don't think I care if the game has good graphics. It just needs to be a good game, right? And if they use the retro graphics, I feel like they draw more attention to the game than they would if they just used modern graphics, right? I don't think it needs modern graphics. I think it just needs a good story. And if they use retro graphics, it'll call out the industry for being the industry. And I feel like the only person who might think to do that is Gaben, because he kind of doesn't care what the industry does and he just wants to do his own thing. So if he did like non-modern graphics and did like old school graphics, I feel like yeah. It does have more charm than modern graphics, right? The modern graphics stuff is fine, but like, hey, Morning Sun, how you doing? You been playing ChronoStory, man? How did I die? Did my pet expire or something? It must have expired, huh? My pet was supposed to last until the 1st. But I remember. I got some points, I think. Do I even know if I don't think I do. 300, huh? Fug. Nice, Morning Sun. Hell yeah. Okay, you're just pissed off now? Why are you pissed off? Oh, I see. I get you. Okay, let's get some thingies. I was under the impression that my pet was supposed to last until the 1st. That must be the one on my other account. Excellent. Okay. Now let's go over to MapleStory Worlds. This thing. Wait. I might not need it. Wait a moment. I don't need to buy anything. I got just enough. Okay, never mind. I had just enough. Hell yeah. My hat doesn't come off. It's attached directly to my brain. Ow. It's sewn directly onto my brain. Damn. Should have paid attention. You can't have my brain, sorry. My Ranger and my DK are both 125. I gotta get my Crusader to 125. We're gonna probably get it to 120 today, it looks like. Very likely. Just like double D correct. I mean, that's just kind of what we assumed was underneath his hat, but double D didn't have the hat sewn onto his brain. No one knows what under his hat. I feel like he just looks like Kevin. If you look at the two characters side by side, they look really similar. I feel like he just looks like Kevin. They made a big deal. They made a mountain out of a molehill with that joke. It was a good joke, but like, I feel like he looks normal. Sorry, Jesse. I know what's under my hat. I never designed it to have the hat off. So it's not made well underneath the hat. My character is in layers, so I could, if I knew how, I'd probably have to do it in live 2D cubism to get the work on VTube Studio. But I could make it so my hat could turn off and show what's underneath. But it's not drawn well. It's just kind of like, it kind of just ends. So I'd have to redraw it on the top of my head to make it have a no hat filter. You know? Technically speaking, with how my V2 model works and how it's designed, I could eventually, with live 2D cubism, allow people to turn off my hat, turn off my hair, turn off my glasses, and even turn off my teeth. They're all separate layers. I could have that happen. I could also let you turn off my eyes and my eyebrows, but I feel like those need to stay. The teeth could go, the hair could go, the hat could go, and the glasses could go, and I could still express. Not as well, because the glasses are very part of the character. Without the glasses, it just kind of looks like... Yeah, have you ever seen... That'd be fun? Yeah. I'd have to do it in live 2D cubism. I'd have to figure out how that works. And I'd have to redraw the head a little bit to work well with everything off. Otherwise, I kind of like have a pinhead going on. Might be funny for a bit, but I'd like it to at least look decent. The teeth off and the glasses off would work fine. I would look like Carl Weezer without his glasses. See, oh, I can explain how it works, right? I kind of cheated with my character's head. So if you take a look at behind the glasses, you can see like the hairline, right? That's not a hairline. That's part of the head. That's the head shape. That's the head shape I use to cheat drawing my model. It's there to look like a hairline, but it's actually the head tapering inward. Because it was just designed for function and not to have anything taken off of it. So I'd have to redesign it to not have that tapering. If you see a spider get gas, no. Just put it under a cup and take it outside or something. Or smash it and get a cat. Whichever you feel. Don't light it on fire. You're just gonna cause a house fire. Hey, Kaluna. I don't recognize your username, actually. If it's been long enough, YouTube stopped showing people's usernames that they chose and started using your @username. So your name might be different than it used to be, unless you're Luna that I remember. Oh. That makes sense. I don't know why. I usually respond to the comments. Sometimes I have guests and we can't really respond to the comments because we're doing something, but usually I am. Unless I'm like on like break or something like that because I had to poop or something. In which case I might have BRB, but I don't know. Okay, ads are over on Twitch. Welcome back, guys, from the ads. Sorry about that. 65%. I'll probably let my model be modular and allow viewers to do stuff to it eventually. Eventually, I gotta work on it. You love ads, I know, right? It happens once an hour. Happens once an hour, morning sun. It's either that or pre-roll ads. I can turn off all ads except for pre-roll ads, and pre-roll ads kill your channel. Because that means anytime, like even you who's a follower on Twitch, right? It means you'd get ads when you enter my stream every time. They'd be 30 seconds, but people see that and then leave. I have progress. We're level 119. Only 6 more levels, and I'll have finished. Abhuday. It's a very grindy game. If I was playing RuneScape, it'd be the same thing, except with a plethora of different skill options. Only 6 more levels. We're almost done with it with this level, and we're at 120. No, I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. Maybe I'll play it in the future. I'm not usually one to take game requests. I haven't done much art recently. I could do some art soon. I know what I'll have to do with art if, because I'm gonna be doing a D&D campaign on stream at some point. And I'll be the DM. My wife is gonna be the co-DM because she's not gonna be able to show up to every session, and she loves DMing. So she's gonna be the co-dungeon master. And I'm gonna be the main dungeon master. I have to see if a friend of mine wants to join the campaign, and if they do, I'll have to make them a PNG tuber. What's your thoughts on Thief 4th job? I love Bandit's 4th job. I'm not a big fan of the boomerang step itself, really. Again, I've always made it clear that I think with Bandit they should incorporate some dual blade skills and then not release dual blade and instead release a custom class, custom new class to Thief. We talked about custom classes earlier, and the consensus for Thief was like a Men in Black style alien hunter, called a secret agent, for Thief, a fourth Thief job choice, other than dual blade, as an option, like a Men in Black style, like alien gun type character, which was a cool idea. But I feel like Bandit could incorporate some dual blade skills into it, and Assassin looks really cool, but it's pretty weak. It needs an up jump, in my opinion. And I don't understand why Showdown and the other mobbing skill they give in 4th job, Showdown just does more damage. I know it hits 2 less mobs, but it's very seldom that you're going to actually be hitting 8 mobs. You're usually going to be hitting like 5 to 6, if that. So that means why would you ever use anything but Showdown? Right? It also needs a survivability skill, I think. Assassin, Night Lord needs a survivability skill. I went over this in a Discord thread. I think they could use the skill called, let me see if I can pull it up. I have it up here in the Discord. Vitality Siphon from Nightwalker. They could just take Vitality Siphon, make it slightly different because of the way that the mechanic works is a little bit different. But and buff it because it's not very big even in Modern MapleStory. Because Modern MapleStory you have a much larger fucking HP pool. So a higher level Vitality Siphon, like once you put 30 points in it, gives you a damage shield essentially, like extra HP above your normal HP based on mobs that you hit, essentially, right? But it's only up to 10% of your maximum HP. for an assassin in old school MapleStory, that's nothing. It would need to be like 50% of your HP, if not more. Right? Because just the number of the amount of health you have is way less than modern MapleStory. So, yeah. But other than that, I think it's really solid. I feel like either combine Showdown and the Throwing Star skill, the new Throwing Star mobbing skill, like combine them. Just give Showdown the throwing animation from the Throwing Star skill, or just fold the effects of Showdown into the Throwing Star skill and then keep Showdown in Bandit. Like keep Showdown the same there and just fold its effects into the Throwing Star skill. And then buff the Throwing Star skill's attack power by 10% because that's what Showdown does. Or you'd have to buff the Throwing Star skill's damage by like at least 100%. Like it would need to be 400%, not 300%. I mean, otherwise there's no reason to use Showdown. I mean, no reason to use the Throwing Star skill. You just always use Showdown. There's no like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense from like a design aspect to have two mobbing skills and one of them is fucking like what? One of them is better. It makes it so you get 50% more EXP and it does more damage. It hits less mobs and makes mobs faster and hit harder, but it does more damage and it gives you more EXP. You're going to use that one over the Throwing Star skill. I don't understand it. The Throwing Star skill looks rad, and I'd love to use it, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, like, but the thing is, with the debuff application of Showdown, it does more damage. And it only hits 6 mobs, and that would be annoying to use in combat unless it's your mobbing skill, right? Like, it's already going to be annoying to use in combat as a shadower, right? As a shadower, it's going to be annoying as hell to use, because you're going to use it and then you're going to switch back to your main attack until the mobs you hit died, and then you're going to use it and then switch. Like, switching back and forth fucking sucks. I feel like just remove Showdown from both shadower and assassin, and just fold the effects of Showdown into both of their main mobbing skills. Like, there's no reason not to do that other than haha Showdown. No reason. It's just a big annoyance, in my opinion. You're gonna use Boomerang step because it's way more powerful than Showdown, I think. But like, just fold the EXP buff in the. You know. EXP buff and the debuff that it gives mobs, or the buff that it gives mobs, making them faster and whatnot. No, I got it. Make Showdown a toggle skill. Get rid of Showdown's damage. Make it a toggle skill. You can toggle it on or off. While it's on, all of your attack skills, no matter what they are, all of them, just inflicts the Showdown effect whenever you hit them. Perfect. That fixes the whole problem. Just make it a toggle skill. It fixes the whole problem in both classes. Easy solution. Although I love the single target damaging attack on Bandit. That one looks fucking rad as hell. I think that's great. Looks really good. Boo 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 doo boo doo doo doo. The song's over. It's raining. It's raining. My wife enjoys a ton of games. My wife is more of a gamer than I am, actually. My wife has, in fact, I can tell you, we have a shared library on Steam. So my Steam library, I have 72 games, and that's relatively recent that I have so many games. My wife has 547. My wife is a much bigger gamer than I am. And she didn't have any games when we first met 12 years ago. She didn't really play any games. She became a gamer because I introduced her to gaming as a hobby, and she likes it more than I do. I'm actually not a big gamer. I only play games when I'm streaming or I'm playing with my wife. If I'm relaxing, I generally don't play games at all. Basically at all. Unless like if I figure if I'm playing games on my own, I might as well be streaming them. You know what I mean? I might as well be streaming them. Is my opinion on that. I've actually kind of started treating streaming as like this thing that I do once a day, where it's like, yeah, I stream every day, once a day for 3 hours or more. I think I could treat it like I did when I first did my like couple tester streams back in like August of 2024. I did a couple tester streams when I wasn't a VTuber yet. I was just a disembodied voice. Just to kind of get used to OBS and see if I like streaming. And I thought streaming was okay, but I didn't like it as much until I figured that I could be a VTuber, and now I love doing it because VTubing is great. I love using my art for a visual purpose. Because I made my VTuber, by the way. My VTube model, I made this myself. I'm a professional animator. Yo, broski, hello, Elflips. Oh, fuck, it's raining so hard outside. Oh, fuck, it's so wet. Oh, fuck, it's so wet. Anyway. I've been treating it as more like I do it once a day thing. I could treat it like I used to treat it when I started streaming in those tester streams, where it was like, yeah, cool, I have time, I'm gonna stream for a little bit, and I would like, you know, I'm not really doing anything, might as well pop on and do like an hour or two just for fun, even though I already streamed a demo to it. You dig my art style? Thank you. I made a bunch of models. I mean, I made 2 VTube models. One for myself and one for my wife. My wife has been on stream before. You're a 90s babe. Same. 95. I'm 31. I'm 31 this month in like 7 days. May 26th at 31. So I have 2 VTube models, and I've made a few PNG tube models. My wife has a PNG tube model that I used as the the exact design for her VTube model. She has a VTube model, but she doesn't use it. She doesn't have a camera, and she doesn't really like if she used it, it's because she's on stream with me, but she hasn't yet. But I have it. It's also not done yet. I have to tweak a couple things, but it's like if I don't have access to live 2D cubism, it's expensive. I could probably wait. Rain's pushing Dune. Okay. And I've made a few PNG tube models. Kara's, he's in chat. He's here sometimes, but he doesn't usually use the one I made. He uses the one that a mutual friend of ours made. Now, generally, which is fine because he's going to become a VTuber and he wanted his own design, and it's based on his the design that he was looking for. I made Link. Link is a lich, so he's like a skeleton man, and it looks good. I made a bear for a friend of mine who doesn't use it very often, but he sometimes does. I made my wife's. I made charismatic convoys. I made my own as well. I have my own here. You're over on Twitch. This is my one. It's whenever the stream is starting, I use it. It's just kind of there. But anyway, same character obviously, but like, yeah, 85%. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, inspiration is a lot of like 90s and early 2000s cartoons, and even into the 2010s, right? So, you know, Rugrats, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and even up to Adventure Time and Steven Universe, and like Gumball and Craig of the Creek, right? And yeah, Infinity Train. It's got that CalArts style, but also like a lot of the ideology of all the old cartoons as well. You miss all of those, except for Craig of the Creek, because that's probably one you don't even know existed. That one's very new. I think that one came out in like 2016. And maybe not Steven Universe either, because Steven Universe is divisive. I like Steven Universe, but like... But Adventure Time. Come on, grab your friends. Oh yeah, my wife's model. I'll show you my wife's model real fast. Here. This one. Steven Universe is in its own category. I mean, you're right. It is. It's different. But yeah, this is my wife's model. But it's not done. It's got some stuff, some quirkiness that I want to work out of it. The mouth kind of looks like weird a little bit sometimes. I'm not sure why. It like doesn't respond and kind of like weirdly moves, and it bugs me a little bit. But I can fix it. I know. I'll just redo. And the tongue creates anyway, dumb stuff, but I like it. It's fine. Oh wait, I think I know what might be the problem actually right now. In fact, I can fix it right. Let me see. Actually, I think I know what it is. Scroll down. No, over here. Scroll down. Physics strength is fine. Here we go. There we go. This is the problem, I think. That mouth open. Ah, ba 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 ba. How about that? That kind of helps. Get rid of that. Oh, it does that. That's why. Leave it at 1. There we go. Still kind of does the thing, but it's better. Anyway, let's switch back. Ba ba ba. Switching back. It doesn't want to respond. Oh well, it's fine. My wife is a little bit more stoic than I am. There we go. There. No. Yeah. It's a little bit smoother. Mine is a little smoother and more responsive is the thing. And I want to make hers a little bit smoother and more responsive as well. Although I've dialed mine in for a year, just using it. So it took time. So it really matches my movements. The mouth is very accurate. I have days where it just doesn't work for some reason. I gotta calibrate. There we go, calibrated. Sometimes it just doesn't want to move the mouth properly. And that's fine. It just happens sometimes. But it's more calibrated, more correct. Just a couple mouth shapes I want to fix on hers, though. It feels a little wonky in ways that bug me, and I feel like will bug her over time, so. Not that she could use it right now, she doesn't have a camera. Did the internet die? Just now? I hope not. All going well right now? Everyone can see the stream going? Is it my other computer? Did the stream die? Yeah. Fuck, I think the stream died. Is it Twitch? Raid someone then.
Yeah, we did.
The lighter.
It turned out the lights.
There it is, it's back. Fuck, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? The stream died for a moment. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Fine, good, it came back. Hell yeah, I was about to raid to make sure the stream didn't die all the way. It didn't crash or nothing. That was weird. That was weird. The stream just died for a minute. What the fuck? I wanted to at least get done with this level first. Welcome back, by the way, Morning Sun. What the fuck, man? That was some weird shit that just went down. Pet. I need a pet. I need a pet emote or a pet redeem. I've been asked for it before. I don't know how to add redeems on screen like that. I know how to do like the throwing stuff at me. I figured out how you can throw stuff at me before you can like do like a pat. You know, I could go funny with it and call it like pet merpins, and it just throws a bunch of hands at me. That'd be funny. That could be funny. I don't know what happened. That Twitch decided that to say fuck you, and your entire stream. It didn't even end. It didn't even end. It just decided to shit the bed for a moment. That was so weird. That was crazy. That was crazy, Gruz. Crazy. All is well, though. I know it wasn't the internet because other streamers worked. I double-checked it. I know it wasn't... It could have been my end, but, like, YouTube was working. Like, my YouTube stream didn't cut out. I think Twitch just hates me for some reason. Twitch decided to say, hey, I hate you. From there, just a reminder, I hate you, essentially. It does say my stream restarted though here on my screen, but it definitely did not. It definitely didn't. It's still one stream. I am diabolical, of course. Always. I've talked about the weirdest shit on stream. There was the other day. I don't know if you were here for it, but we talked about which cars you'd like to fuck. It wasn't something I brought up, but hey, people want to talk about fucking cars, I guess, for some reason. It feels like it was only yesterday, but it was 2 days ago, I think. Vroom, vroom, motherfuckers. Oh. Doobie doobie doo doobie doobie. Doobie doobie doo doobie doobie. Sorry about the ad. You know, with the Optimus Prime comment, you get along very well with my boy Krasmatic Convoy. One of my mods. He's here all the time. He goes by Raw Egg Eater. Let's go and we got our goal. We got all the way to 120 today. I thought we only got to 118. We got a lot of money here. Let's see. Ten accuracies. Let's see what we got for scrolls. Good amount. Anything I want to keep specifically? Cape strength, probably. Kill everything else. 21. 44. Gun attack, 36. Gun attack, 23. And 60s, 20. Okay. We got a lot of vouchers right now. What do I want to scroll? Okay. Trade in scrolls. Topware. Strength. 7. This will be my main strength gear. Wrong thing. 1, 2, 3. 3. 4. 17. Another 9-5. Hey, Barbara. Topware, strength, 60s, 4. Nope, 7. 1, fail. 2, nope. 9-4. 1, fail. This one's dead. This was currently my thing. That one's dead. How about the 7-4? Really? How about this one? I guess that could still turn out good. I guess I'm not really using them right now, and I won't use them for a while. Berry farm, okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. California. Topware strength. I do 1-6. Fucking hell. $15-2 with 10 accuracies isn't bad. Not much different from this. That one's also dead. That one's also dead. Okay, it's fine. God, missing all those 60% is crazy. Okay, so there's that one and this one. These are my two. We got them. We got a lot of Meso as well. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's go over to Lith Harbor and trade them all in. See if we can get a pack maybe. That'd be cool. That'd be cool getting a pack right when I got rid of all of my cape strength scrolls. Wouldn't that be great? Getting a 4 attack pack right when we got rid of all of our strength scrolls and can't afford to re-get them. That'd be perfect right now, I think. That'd be my kind of luck. Getting good luck, but like after doing something stupid. Every time. I've heard it's good. It's pretty popular on Twitch. The new Lego Batman game, Jedi. No, I will not. Not for now. For now. Another cool kid, huh? And he's gone immediately. Am I broke? At the moment. That's alright. Not a big deal. Plus, I can't really justify buying a game that I'm probably not gonna like all that much. Full inventory, what'd I get? Anything at all good? I got Dex Luck Cape. That's not bad. I can put it on my Duder. Three Luck Shield ain't bad. Everything else is pretty garbage. Well, that's also not bad. I'm glad you like it a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying it. How many more we got left? We got another 94. 2 more of that. You have a Kirby. A singular Curb. Lovely. Cute. $48 more. Anything good that's not? The yellow cape could be good. Let's lock it. The yellow cape has 8 slots, by the way, if you didn't know that the yellow cape has 8 slots. Could end up being fine, depending. Otherwise, nothing else. Oh, there's our pink cape. Look at that. We got the perfect no stat pink cape. And nothing else. We'll sell everything else and we'll use the rest. I can't. When did I say I would right now? Hello, my love. I'm almost done. Here we go. I'm not going anywhere. Any more? Oh, one more. We have 4 more. Okay. Brown cape. That's worthless. 2 more brown capes. Snowshoes are okay. Glasses are pretty sexy. Look at that nice sky ski right there. Worthless. 4 more. Four more. I'll have to do the fucking leaf request on this character now. Now that I have the pink cape. Another musketeer tape. We got the that one. Not very good. Beige. Don't want it. Gold support. Don't need that. I don't know what that means. There we go. So we finally got a pink cape on this account. So now we have a pink cape here. It's just bad. We just have to go and try to re-roll it, which I don't have the means. I have some of the stuff. I have a few of these, and I have stuff. I'll be able to do it once we do the quest line. I haven't done the quest line on this character though. I'll probably do it once we get to level 125. I might even wait to do the quest until we get 5th job, because it'll be better to kill those guys. I don't know. Or I mean 4th job, not 5th job. What am I talking about? Let's see. Rivals grind. Have fun with that, Jane. Hope you're having fun. Anyway, thank you guys for coming to the stream. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe and to follow here on Twitch. I stream every single day. We're going to stream again tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be the morning or night. Depends on if my wife's off work. I think she works tomorrow, though, which means it'll be early. And hello, Luna. We're just ending the stream up right now. My wife just got home. We just got the 120. We even got a pack today. I can't believe we got a pack. A pink adventurer cape. It's not a good one, but I can re-roll it eventually. But for now, I'm gonna head out. I'll be back. Don't forget to leave a follow here on Twitch. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. You've been here, huh? Well, great. Have fun with this crocodile boy that I like. He's cute.